Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Group B of the THR Touring Car League. I'm your host tonight, Matthew Duffin, aka Matt Amovich, and with me tonight, doing the cameras, is Adam Kalp, aka Mazda 917, or 4, whichever one it is. Evening, Mazda.
Evening.
Are you well?
Not bad, mate, you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Apologies about last week. I was away on a holiday, and there was no replacement, unfortunately, so we couldn't sort this out. You're live, though, here on the Snetterton 300 track for the Group B race tonight, where we see Holty, who can tonight win the championship. He's only got Peaceful Explosion and Rebby to beat. He can win the title here tonight. That's nice to get the job done 3 races early, Mazda, isn't it?
Oh, mate, that is impressive, isn't it, really? To be able to win that, that quick.
So I'll run down the championship quite quickly. As I said, Holty leads the way. He's 85 points clear of Peaceful Explosion, with Rebby third, 87 points. He's on, and it's Don Productions fourth. He's not here for the first race. Been told he'll miss the first race, but we'll be back for race 2. Deke sits 5th, Holty's teammate. Greeny 6th. Alfie 7th, Kieran Argent 8th, Dean Wasocki 9th, Lil Trev 10th, who's away on holiday at the moment, I do believe. Big Boy Brazy is 11th. Swimfin sits 12th ahead of Smithy. TMLS 13th, Welshie 15th, and BTC Reed 16th. Not been here for a few weeks. In the Constructors' Championship, it's H&D Motorsport who lead the way, 85 points ahead of Wiggle Wiggle Racing, with Tin Top Tours in 3rd, Team Wackers Hackett 4th, Register Racing 5th, K&G Racing 6th, AJ Motorsport 7th, and Hard Compound Racing bringing up the rear. As that's Holty letting Dean Wasocki through then. We'll stay on board Holty and we'll pick him up for the rest of this lap to try and pick up a good lap with him. Hope everybody's well and hope everybody didn't miss the stream too much last week. 3 races left in the season here, Silverstone and Brands GP for the finale. In for some cracking racing throughout, especially in the Group B category in the touring cars and Porsches, where let me tell you, it is tight. So make sure you're here for that one. As you can see, he's just getting the temperature into the tyres, taking it nice and easy on this outlap so far, Mazda.
Race 3D is just saying that Kieran's got a track invalidated.
Oh, so
that
Kieran's
could be current and next, I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. Keep us updated on the on that, Mazda, throughout qualifying and things. But yeah, peaceful in the pits at the moment. So here we go with Holty. He's about to start his first flying lap. This guy has won every single race. He's not taken every pole, but he's won every single race in this category. So we're going to stay on board with him. It's only fitting too as we come down what is known as the Senna Straight to start his first timed lap of this session. He's had a very steady outlap, so across the line now, and away we are as we head down towards Richards for the first time. Slightly on the brakes, let's go, drops it down 1 gear and straight back on the power. You see the backhand slightly step out and then come back in. That's what you want the car to do. Into 4th as we head up to the Wilson hairpin. Very difficult corner, gets it into 1st gear, keep it tight, back on the power now, slightly to the left, swing the car back right to get ready to set it up then for Palmer. A quick left-hander just to lift off the throttle, it is there for Holty, and back on the power, down a gear he has to go. Try not to touch the curb on the outside. He's got a bit of traffic in front as we head down towards Agostini.
That could play a big part into this.
Definitely could towards the end of the lap. Through Agostini we go. 2nd gear. Will he drop it into 1st? No. Puts the throttle back down. Think 2nd's good enough. I think that's Dean Wasocki, one of the cars in front as well. And we go into Hamilton then. Quick left-hander just off the throttle and back on it, then into the right-hander now of Oggies. See the sign on the left-hand side there. Through Oggies he goes then. And he's on the power, little kink left at Williams before we head down onto the Bentley straight. And as you can see, Dean Wasocki, I think that's TMLS as well in front. This could ruin Holty's lap, first lap here. You've got 10 minutes, Mazda, so you've got time to get another lap in, ain't you? But this could really ruin his lap if these two in front touch. Yeah,
it could, mate. This is a tight break in here, look.
As we head in towards Brundle, the left-hander, and then Nelson, the right. The two in front look like they've managed to get through there quite easy. The lights are on Holty's car, you can see. As we go into the bomb hole then. A long right-hander. It doesn't feel like it ends. Through Coram we go now. TMLS just slightly on the brakes. You saw there just in front. The traffic could be playing part to Holty there. That's Dean Wasocki on the grass.
Yeah.
Round the outside then as they come through Murray's, and he has to take to the grass. He caught the traffic master, but at the complete wrong place. Will get a toe down the straight though. Rebby, one of the men who have to challenge Holty in this race, is on provisional pole at the moment. Holty's time though beats him by half a second, even with all that traffic. Holty has put in a blinding lap there. So it's Holty from Rebby, Alfie third, Smithy fourth, Welchie fifth, TMLS in sixth. Other people haven't set a time yet, so Dean Wysocki must have had a lap invalid as well. But what a lap from Holty there, Mazda.
Yeah, that is a really good lap. I can't believe it, to be honest, especially catching them cars in the wrong places. Just to let you know, Dean has got a time lap invalid as well for track limits.
Potentially why we haven't seen him do anything, as TMLS has gone wide there. Here's Peaceful Explosion. That's a lot of damage and a lot of black marks on the back of that car. I don't know if you're picking them up. A lot of black marks on the rear of that car. That's unusual. He's been off somewhere badly. He has actually commented saying that Swimfins was going the wrong way and hit him head on, so hopefully that isn't the case. Nevertheless, Peaceful's got to get a good lap in. Well, that's a bonus then. He's 7th at the moment is Peaceful. Greeny's gone 8th. He's got a challenge Holty here. Him and Rebby are the only two that can win it. And that was either Alfie or Swimfins who he's just passed there. A flash of the lights. And down the Bentley straight we come with Peaceful Explosion then. What's the front of his car look like, Mazda? Can we get the trackside view on this one? See what the front looks like. The back looks terrible. And we still can only see the rear. That's brilliant.
Well, he's 7
around the corner.
Up, he could get pole.
Well, the front looks fine here so far, and like you say, 7 seconds up on his time. You can see what he's got. I can't. He looks quick at the moment. Does Peaceful Explosion, but don't forget, is Holty behind him on track? Holty may get another lap in after, may get another lap in before. He's coming around the end of Coram here, onto the brakes into Williams. Oh, probably took it a bit too wide, kept it off the grass. Luckily enough, Holty has gone faster, a whole second faster if anything.
Wow. So
Holty a 2:04.8 at the moment. What can Peaceful Explosion do to try and hang on to the title challenge? Nothing. Must have had a lap time invalid somewhere, because he stays 8th place.
Yes, track limits.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We see Deeks, Dean and Swimfins without a lap time yet as we go on board. Dean. That's Dean, and I do believe TMLS involved in an incident there. These two, of course, used to be teammates. TMLS has backed into the pits with 1 minute 58 left on the clock. Again, noting a few black marks on the back left of Dean's car there, so it must be a dirt thing. Great onboard shots here for qualifying. Smithy has also put it into the pit, so Smithy and TMLS are done. Dean obviously feels he can get the lap time finished. He's not going to get round in time for another lap, you wouldn't have thought here, Mazda, with 1:30 on the clock.
No, it's not looking like that, is it?
He's got a lot of laps still to cover yet. One mistake will ruin it. There's a car behind him who's going to get a lovely tow. What can Dean do then as he comes down the Bentley straight in towards Nelson, towards Brundle, and then Nelson, the quick left, right, sharp, like Master said earlier, tight. Actually takes that rather well. Probably runs a bit wider than he'd wanted, but actually took that really well there, to be fair. Rebby's gone a bit quicker. He's only gone 4/10 quicker. He's still nowhere near Holty's time. That is an impressive lap from Holty. Rebby's now backed out of it, so at the minute he's gave the championship leader
backed out
and potential champion an extra point here. Dean's wide there.
Track lap invalidated.
Lap invalid. And with what's that, 22 seconds left, he's been lucky there. Hopefully it wasn't to Currington next. If it was, he may as well back out of it. Peaceful's down in 9th still. Deeks has done a time. He's gone up to 6th place.
He's bowled it.
He's gone. Dean will not set a lap time in this Ginetta Junior race.
Who else do we want to look at?
Radio in the chat, GT5 is the best car. Daniel Francis, aka TMLS, just joking. He let me through and I clipped the grass for it to spin. So that's how TMLS went off there. But here is Holty. Where's Peaceful Explosion on track? 10th at the moment. On a lap time now. Qualifying is complete, so anybody that crosses the line now will be done. We can see a car on the straight to finish a lap. That in front, I do believe, is Welsh. I think is the car in front, to be honest.
Let's have a look. Yeah,
Welsh is the car in front. Does he stay out of Peaceful's way? Looks like it. Nice. Someone's crossed the line. They have finished their lap. Welsh has gone to the pit. So Greeny, Holty and Peaceful Explosion and Swimfin's left. Swimfin's could out qualify. Dean here tonight. Neil J in the chat, welcome to you, buddy. He says, come on, Smithy. And he also says, Wakasaki from the back to the top 5. Watch out for that. Who is on a lap? I don't think the other... There's 2 out of 4 cars that aren't. Peaceful we know is, and I think Holty may be the other one. Is Holty on a lap while Peaceful's coming down the Bentley Straight?
We can have a look.
Holty is on a lap, so Holty will finish his lap. We'll stay on board Holty and then we'll jump back to Peaceful. Does he improve any? Peaceful's got to find 8.5 seconds from somewhere unless this man improves. The championship leader. He could be champion by the end of tonight. GT5 Group B champion. Won by Little Leach last year. Promoted him to Group A. It could be won by Holty this year. Is he going to improve as he crosses the line to end the first qualifying of the night? No improvement there, but what can Peaceful Explosion do as he comes into the final corner? Dean says hi in the chat. Evening, Dean, he's wide and round, and Holty will take the extra point, which is going to do him the world of good.
We've still got Green. Green is just, yeah. Well, that's it.
Yeah, I think Green is
yeah.
done with that one. I think we'll just wait to Peaceful cross the line. So we have finished here then. It will be Holty who takes the extra point then from Rebby. Alfie, fantastic qualifying from him. He's had an up and down season. He's up in 3rd at the moment. Greeny sits 4th with Kieran 5th. Smithy 6th. Don't forget Smithy's only been here for 2 or 3 weeks. So fantastic from him. Deeks in 7th. Peaceful Explosion 8th. It could have been so much more, but it wasn't to be this time round. Welshie again, he's not been here that long, so another good lap from him. He's not far off the pace of the others. TMLS 10th, with Dean Wisocki 11th and Swimfin's 12th. Them two not setting a lap time. But if you're Alfie, Adam, if you're Holty, sorry, you've got to be absolutely over the moon with that. You've got the extra point you needed so far. You don't need to win the race, but he's won every other. Why not go for them all? Just a bit quiet there, but can't hear you.
Like I say, especially Peaceful down the bottom.
It is, and it's lights out and away we go here for the first time tonight, and Holty gets off the line well. Alfie has as well. Rebby looked a bit bogged down there for me. Alfie looks like he's going to go around the outside. There's a couple of cars abreast in the background. One of them being TMLS. Dean Wisocki's in the mix with that as well. And who else has a TMLS? Sorry, has a bad start. He's down in last place at the moment. Here's Kieran Argent all over the back of Rebby. This for 3rd place. Alfie on the brakes a bit later. Rebby just nudges him there then. And Kieran, can he find a way through? He's going to look to the outside again. It's not the way you want to be, but Holty comfortably out in front at the moment. Kieran has to brake and let Rebby have the corner, but he looks like he's going to cut back well. Rebby can't block it off, and Kieran's got the run here. He's going to be inside for this corner. It's a tight left-hander is this. Can he get the move done well? No, can't. Rebby hangs it around the outside, and Kieran touches the curb and spins. Can he avoid? Yep, they both avoid. They both took to the grass. Shame we couldn't get the wider picture of that, but we've got away with that one there, Mazda.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
That's Greeny on 2 wheels, is it? Yeah, that's Greeny on 2 wheels there. Where is Wakasaki? He's up into 6th place. No, he's not. Peaceful's hit him and Greeny's hit Peaceful. They're both round at the moment, so that's not what they're wanting at all. Peaceful wanted a better race, and he's not got it at the minute. Not what Peaceful wanted with Holty already a second on his championship rival so far.
That sounds like Kieran all over back of Greeny.
Yeah, does have the run. Rebby just in front of Greeny. Smithy and Welsh, I tell you what, they've done well. So's Deeks. They're 3rd, 4th and 5th at the moment. With the other carnage that's gone off, Welshie has gone a bit wide. Dean Wisocki and Peaceful not lost too much time, Mazda. You can see them in the background there. So they've not lost too much time. Look at this, Kieran Argent all over the back. Would you say round here is an overtaking opportunity? It's heavy on you know, the inside. Radio.
Well, Peaceful makes it look easy.
Radio in the chat, how do I join the league? If you get in touch, if you search THR Racing League on Facebook, and it should be there, or try and get in touch with myself, Matthew Duffin, on Facebook, and we can sort something out there for you as the season's coming to an end. We can try and possibly get you in for the remainder of the season if there's spaces, or for next season as well. Here you can see Kieran round the outside of Greeny and has it done, but here's Rebby on Smithy and goes up. Smithy's a very clean racer, not one to take the fight to these boys, joining late in the championship. A good move from Rebby, that.
Well, Rebby's fighting for the title, trying to keep it alive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to do something, but I think Holty can finish inside the top 10 and still win this. I think he's got to finish outside the top 10 for it to go to the next round. You get 35 points for a race win, and he leads by 87 from Rebby. It's 85 to Holty, to Peaceful Explosion. But Peaceful nowhere to be seen as Kieran's off in the background and was all sideways on the grass there. Not what Kieran would have wanted at all, but Rebby has the move done on Welshie now, and Smithy looking up the inside of his teammate as well. So yeah, 35 points for a win here. He doesn't need that many at the moment. There's Kieran, he's rejoined down in 10th place now, so Peaceful and Dean have an extra position. Greeny got back into 7th, Rebby is up to 4th place, but look at the lead Holty has. It's 4.6 seconds at the moment. He's just on another level to these guys in this car. Absolutely fantastic. Peaceful, he's off again. Dean's past Greeny and Peaceful's gone off somewhere. There he is. He's not going to lose too much time, but what he is going to do is he's got to get past these guys again to gain on Holty. It's not going his way in this race, and I think Mazda, with 5.5 minutes left to go, we're going to be crowning a champion.
Yeah, and you like I say, he's 5 seconds up the road. That's it, innit? He can just take his time, and that's it, innit? Race away.
Definitely, as Dean and Greeny side by side here as we go down towards turn 1. Dean looks like he got the better run out the last corner, and Greeny tucks in front to the left. He still gives Greeny a car's width. Peaceful with a flash of the lights as can Will make it round turn 1. Yes, Greeny probably runs a bit wide. Peaceful's up the inside. Is he going to send? He did indeed. Is he going to send it on Dean? Is it a sooty send it move? Indeed it is to be. And clean as a whistle through there. Good. Oh, Dean's touched the curb. Peaceful somehow manages to keep that going, but Dean has bounced off the curb into the side of Peaceful, and around goes Dean Wasocki. I was just saying how clean that was between the three of them, Mazda, and that's Kieran who's round. Oh, an up and down night for Kieran, an up and down night for Dean. He's not had the best here in these GT5s.
Sorry about that, Matt. Quick shout out, that last where Gary lost it last season, didn't he?
He did lose it there, and who won that race? Remind me?
Yeah, it was me.
Yourself on debut, I do believe.
It was, pal.
There we go then, Mazda.
Within a second.
Mazda won the GT5 Racing Group B last year, which was actually my debut on commentary as well. She was fantastic to commentate on.
Flying, mate. Rebby's took Deeks, I think. Yeah,
Rebby is flying. He's past Deeks. So Deeks has probably done his job in holding Rebby up for a little bit, because Rebby's got to find 11.5 seconds. I think, though, Holty can finish second. By my calculations, Holty will still have enough points to win the title from Rebby. I'm just fill in for me a second, Mazda. I'm just going to try and quickly work this out.
What are you doing leaving me to commentate on this?
I'm still with you. I'm just trying to do the maths here, because even with that, Holty will win the league. Wow. Holty's got to finish low down.
He's gone in deep.
In deep at the final corner. Holty's got to finish low down. He's got to score barely any points. You get 5 points for finishing 15th. So, you know, there's points all around here for these guys. The only point you don't get is you don't get a point. You get 5 points for last, sorry. No, I've gone wrong somewhere. No, you get 1 point for last. 5 points for last. 6 for 15th, and then up from there. So Holty's got to finish. What do you get for 12th? You get 8 points for 12th. No, you get 9 points for 12th.
Pass, fair and easy. He's keeping
What's
out
that
of the
for?
way.
That's for 5th place. Yeah, Smithy not involved in this title fight. With 2.5 minutes, 15 seconds for Peaceful is too much to catch, you'd probably say. And that's the championship gone. Halty 5 seconds up the road. Look at the times last time round. Peaceful Explosion a 10th off of Halty. Rebby about half a second, about 7/10 of a second slower than Halty last time around. You know, Alfia 206 dead. He's only half a second off the leader last lap. Apart from that, we've not seen any brilliant, outstanding lap time. Smithy then the next quickest after them 4, who currently runs in 6th place. But you can see Deeks at the beginning of the screen. Smithy could be on for a 5th place here if he can catch Deeks at the end of this race.
Well, Greeny's within a second. Oh, lovely.
Absolutely cracking move from Greeny. Who's that on? That's on Welshie at the moment. Cracking up the inside, but look at Welshie giving it a bit of fight back. He's going to be on the outside for the chicane, but I think he's actually, Mazda, got the run done. And is Greeny brave enough to make the move here? Great camera angles here from Mazda. And yeah, look at the run Welshie had up the straight. He's just gone.
He's nailed that corner, hasn't he? But look. Ooh.
Pretty much both copied each other through that corner there, and Greeny looks like he's made a bit of time, but not too much. Where's Kieran? He's down in 11th place. Alfie has a time penalty. We can't see what it is. We'll be able to see at the end of the race. Will that give Rebby 2nd place? The fight is on for 2nd in the title between Rebby and Peaceful Explosion, but at the minute, championship is gone. Welshie, he's ran wide. That's unfortunate. Greeny pulls left so Welshie can rejoin. Such a good little battle there. Is Welshie on the back of Greeny? I can imagine he is. I don't think he's lost too much time. Yeah. Can Welshie get back up into 7th place here? He's had a cracking season so far. They only raced, like I say, 3 or 4 races with Smithy coming as a team. Outstanding. We're on 47 seconds. Where is Halty on track?
We will have a look.
He's at Hamilton. 36 seconds. This is going to be the final lap of the race, so we'll come back to Halty a bit later on when we can see him. Do you want to just load the track map so we can keep an eye on the leading dot, and we'll be able to keep an eye when he crosses the line so we can crown him champion as we're back on this battle. You can see, look at the little dot at Halty up the straight already as Alfie's coming around the corner now. Peaceful can't close. Welshie's ran wide, and that's probably going to be the end of that scrap. He's got Dean Wasocki not far behind him, so he doesn't want to make too many mistakes, as Dean Wasocki will not hesitate but to pounce on him. Through the chicane goes Halty for the final time. We've done well here, only 1 time penalty so far, and it came late in the race, so we've done a good job here with these time penalties. Hats off to the guys. As through the bomb hole and into Coram comes Halty. Let's join him, as he is going to be crowned. Let's go on the full view as well, because I no doubt there'll be a flash of the lights as he crosses the line. We're going to crown a brand new champion in the THR Touring Car League, the Prestige man, Ginetta Juniors. Wow, it's going to be Halty as he crosses the line. There's the flash of the lights. He is the GT5 Prestige man champion. He's done it in style by winning every single race this season. He's going to be followed by Alfie. That is a fantastic result for him. Cracking result. Rebby will come home in a 3rd place, so well done to you, young man.
I'm sorry, we're going to... Oh no, dear.
TMLS in the background. I think Peaceful's going to get 4th. With Deek's going to get 5th. And this is TMLS.
Would you send it into the last corner?
For the sake of an extra couple of points, I don't see why not.
I would.
Deeks gets 5th. Smithy will come home 6th place.
Send it. Oh, he's back to
TMLS thinks better of it.
Oh no.
Oh, that's Kieran on the grass. TMLS has just clipped the grass on the other side, and it's going to be a run down to the final corner. Who is going to get it done in the slipstream? But has he got enough space to do it? TMLS pulls out to the side, and Kieran's going to take 10th place there. Who got 7th was for Greeny.
Greeny. Dean. Welshie. TMLS.
So Greeny gets 7th place. Apologies for that, my son came into the room there. Welshie ends up 9th. So Dean Wasocki did do Welshie apparently. I don't know if that's right. That may be a bug. TMLS did Kieran as well. That's not right at all. TMLS finished behind Kieran, so TMLS 11th. Kieran Argent gets 10th. with no Lil Trev. Swinfins brings up 12th. No Don in that one, and no BTC Reed. No Big Boy Brazier. We'll have a look at who got fastest lap. I do think Welshie and Dean might need changing round, if you ask me, because Welshie there was well in front of Dean, and we didn't see him make a mistake or anything. Swinfins crosses the line to bring up the rear. Okay, this is another important bit. Who got fastest lap of the race? Obviously, your championship winner, Halty, takes a clean sweep. Let's just double check. So it was Halty from Alfie, Rebby, Peaceful, Deek, Smithy, Greeny. Dean Wasocki 8th, Welshie 9th. That may be reversed. I don't think that is accurate. TMLS 10th, Kieran 11th. We know that one isn't because we was on board them at the time with Swinfins in 12th. So let's get Halty in for a quick interview. Cracking first race, Mazda.
Yes, mate, that was... You know what, I can't believe how clean it was.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of an instance, but, you know, the passing was fair and square.
So, yeah, I can confirm 74 points needed, 74 points remain, and here he is, your championship winner in Group B in the Prestige Man, Janetta Jr. How does that one feel?
Well, not sunk in yet, but yeah, I've done really well in this car. Yeah, it's a shock. So I've actually won the championship for this.
That is championship done. You lead by 98 points with 74 remaining. So you've not just won it, mate. You've absolutely breezed by it. Won every race so far, so you've got to be happy.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm buzzing about this. And obviously I didn't think that I won that then. I thought there's still another round to go.
Now 2 rounds left and you've done it.
All right, brilliant. Oh, I'm shocked, speechless.
Time to wrap up the constructors with that with your teammate Deeks to get the double clean sweep in the Janetta Juniors.
Yeah, hopefully again. Have we won the constructors as well? Or?
No, constructors still up for grabs. You lead by 116 points, so it's not far from being done, but that is still up for play.
Yeah, that's it. Just need to try and get Deeks to get up here with me for a bit.
Yeah, definitely. You're leading the rookies. By 45 points from Kieran and 56 from Dean Wasocki. This one could be wrapped up next week, I do believe, so possibly 2 for 2. You're going to get your head down in that race?
Yeah, definitely. Just got to try and get out first in this qualifying, really.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to overtake,
Yeah.
unless you get a good slipstream down the back straight. And then obviously just try and stay out of trouble, because as soon as you touch wheels and this, you're off.
That's it. Well, best luck for the rest of the evening, and a massive congratulations, buddy. Well done.
Congratulations, pal.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thank you.
So as we wait for Halty then to make sure he's in the correct livery. Just waiting. He needs to be in the dark green. He sounds happy with that one, Mazda. He sounded emotional in that. Obviously, it's hit home that he's won the championship. It's one you can be proud of, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Well, if you win a championship like yourself, you know what it's like to win the GT5, so I'm sure you can feel how he feels.
Yeah, me and Little Leach won the THR GT5s last year. I won the Group A, and Little Leach won the Group B. And I tell you now, I couldn't concentrate for the rest of the evening because I'd won that. The thing that did it for me was I had to defend from Jack on the last corner. Halty's done it with 2 races spare. So he's absolutely breezed this one. He can go into next week's race. He doesn't even have to turn up for the next 2 GT5 races. It's done. It's done and dusted. Obviously, they're going to want the constructors for H&D Motorsport. But what a race. Just going through the chat. Well done, Halty, says Neil. Hats off, well done, Halty, says peaceful explosion. Daniel Francis just confirming that he did finish behind Kieran Argent. Well done, Halty. I'll be on in the Clios. So that's the Don in the Clio. Dean was right, though. Dean was right with what? Waiting on Halty to ready up, says Kieran. Halty, I do believe, is in the right livery, so we are ready to go. What a fantastic first race. And like you say, very clean, very respectable, not a lot of time penalties. So, you can see the driving standards improving.
You definitely can, but you like I say, it could all change with this car because you get into that slipstream on back straight, and yeah,
Yeah,
it could
100%.
mayhem into them corners.
Smithy, NJ, you absolute legend. Oh, Dean Rusocki did pass Welshie, so that position is correct. So we didn't see that move. Daniel's just confirmed. Swim fins in the wrong livery, sorted. Sweet. So yeah, you've come into THR properly this year. You managed to race that one race last year. You've come into THR as my teammate as well since we lost Ben. He's not dead. He's just backed out of the league. That makes it sound like he's not here with us anymore. But no, you joined me as a teammate for Launch Racing. How are the rookies? How do you feel the rookies drive? Is it a car you're a fan of or not so much?
I don't know, because I say when I'm practicing with you guys, I'm off the pace, but when it comes to a race night, I actually seem to be performing well. So it's kind of weird. But I honestly...
Do you find a difference there with practice nights and race nights? Do you feel that on the night you don't like the car so much, but on the night you perform better?
Yeah, I think I do.
What's the trick for these guys? Like Holty said, Mazda, it's a hard track to overtake. You've got the back straight and the start straight for a nice slipstream. What's the plan here? Get out in front or get... As we can see, Holty's behind 2 cars. So what's the plan? Get out in front or get behind just a couple? Not as many as he was obviously behind last time.
I couldn't say. I don't know. I think I'd say you want to be out in front or just behind one driver at least.
Definitely. We'll let the drivers get round a bit of the lap. And I think we'll go on board Dean Wasocki in a lap of these. He says he likes him in practice all week. So I think we'll let them get round a bit of the lap and we'll go on board Dean Wasocki. Do you see the problems I have here? Dean's still in the pits.
Dean's still in the pits.
So Dean's not gone out for a lap yet. Load the track map up so we can see if... Here he goes. So he's not going to have any traffic behind and he's going to have a good gap in front. Is this tactical from Dean Wasocki?
It could be, but you might need that slipstream.
Obviously we spoke to Dean in the week on testing. He seems confident in these cars.
Yes, he's quite fast to be honest.
This is the one he wants, isn't it? He wants to take the fight to Holty. The gap a bit closer than the GT5 so he can, as we're on board swim fins. That's, I do believe, Welsh or Smithy passing him up the inside. Yeah, so it was Smithy passing him up the inside because here's Welshie.
Wow.
And that behind is Deeks and... Oh, that is Peaceful Explosion, is that in between as well with Smithy and Deeks here? Or is that Kieran Argent? No, that would have been Kieran Argent then. Kieran Argent and Deeks in behind Smithy.
Oh.
So...
they don't want to give the slipstream up.
No, definitely. Tactics here. Look at this.
That could be the wrong move, though. That could be the wrong move, I think.
Definitely. There is a car off at the chicane here, or a couple of cars stationary, it looks, on the track map. And what I will say, Mazda, is look at Dean Wasocki on the track map. The little dot at the bottom of the map. He has got a massive gap, so he will not find traffic anywhere. So you should imagine for Dean Wasocki, he'll have the best chance at getting the cleanest lap in. Although he may not have slipstream, he won't get involved in any tangles. If he messes it up, it's off his own back.
That's it, innit? He ain't got to back out because the car's getting in his way. You can find that nice, clean line.
Get into a rhythm. It's all about a rhythm in these cars. When you're in the groove in these, it'll work for you. As Kieran has tapped Smithy, and that is really going to ruin the start of their lap. And who's coming round the final corner? That is Swimfins or Alfie, and then there is Welshie coming round as well. So Kieran and Smithy may as well let these lads go past because they're not going to get a good lap time in, as they've not had the run out the final corner down the straight.
Right, we're going to jump on board with Dean.
Yeah, let's get on Dean Wasocki. Let's go in the car view. Let's go on the cockpit view.
Do you want a cockpit view?
For some reason, yeah, no problem. It did this last year. It glitched out with the driver on the final corner. So it looks stunning again there. On cockpit view then with Dean Wasocki as he comes down the centre straight for his first lap. Sits third in the championship at the moment, but Kieran Argent misses next week, so that is the crucial thing. He misses next week going into this, so it could possibly be a straight shootout between Dean and Holty. Through Rich as he goes up the little bit of a straight towards Wilson, you see the hairpin. These cars don't like to turn while you're on the brakes. You've got to get on and off the brakes quickly, and Dean does try and keep it tight Just probably a bit too greedy on the throttle there, but it actually worked out alright for him. He didn't take too much of the curb or run over the grass like normal. Into the left-hander then of Palmer. Nice on the throttle there. He's got that well hooked up through that left-hander there. Again, short straight as we head down towards Agostini. A corner I'm struggling with in Group A. How does Dean take it? Probably a bit on the throttle too much. Runs 2 wheels over the curb. That should hopefully not ruin his lap time. You see a car in the distance. I don't think that will affect Dean. He's really driving this car well around here, Mazda, as he comes through Hamilton in towards Oggies now then. Through Oggies we go. He really looks like he's got this car hooked up round here.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He's definitely driving it very well. Do you know what? I should take my place for this car.
Through Williams and onto the Bentley straight then. You see the car up front. That looked like a green and white car of Smithy. We won't change it for now, as Holty goes 2.6 seconds clear of Rebby at the moment. That car shouldn't get in the way, I wouldn't think. Dean then into Brundle and then into the right-hander of Nelson. Keep it on the track. That's beautifully done from Dean then in qualifying. You see the 2 cars in front. One looks like Swinfins or Alfie. One is either Welshit or Smithy. And for Dean Wysocki, he's drove a really clean lap here. Greenie's 3/10 off of Holtis. That's a good lap from Greenie. A really clean lap here with 1 corner to go.
1.1 in front. That's a good lap.
That is a good lap. And the green and white car of Smithy, I do believe, stays out of the way. He's going to get a tow down the straight. On what lap time is Dean Wysocki going to do? Like you say, Kieran's gone 1.1 quicker. Stays in the slipstream, pulls out a bit so he can try and overtake the car. What does Dean do? He goes on pole by 7/10 of a second. And I tell you now, if it stays like that, we're going to have a very happy chappy on the start grid for this one. 7/10 quicker than Kieran. And he did this tactically, Mazda. He stayed back and created himself a little gap, and he's on provisional pole. So it's worked for him.
Yeah, and look, he's still got a good gap as well to the next guy in front, so he's got a nice clean track, clean air again.
Definitely has. Welsh and Swinfins 23 seconds off of the leader, so not the best lap for them two there then. That may have been the 2 that Dean Wysocki had passed. Peaceful's down in 10th. Deeks is 9th, Alfie 8th, Rebby 7th, Smithy in 6th, TMLS 5th, Greenie 4th. Good run for him. We don't really see him up there in these cars, but good run for him.
7/10 up.
Holty 3rd, Kieran 2nd, and Dean 7/10 up on his lap. We don't know what the others are doing. We can go to the others, but I think let's stay on with Dean a second here, because this could be. He took pole at Sugo. He took his first ever win at Silverstone Classic. He had a DNF last week, but he's really up for this. He really wants to take this fight to Holty, and he knows he's got to outdo Holty in this car. What's he done? A 2:08.8. According to what he's told Gary, he has done a 2:06. He's capable of a 2:06. Can he get that tonight? He's still got the gap. This is what makes it's brilliant from Dean here. Has that strategy played off? He's up by a second.
Wow.
This is going to be one heck of a lap. Where's Kieran and Holty to cross the line? We're not quite sure. We'll see on their times. Holty hasn't looked like he's improved. I tell you what, Mazda, hats off to Dean here. He's really driving this car.
I'm very impressed how he's driving it. I think I might be asking him for some tips after the race.
Well, I can't see no improvement. TMLS has gone 3rd, so that's knocked Holty to 4th. Get this last corner right, and he does so, and he's straight back on the power. He was a second up at Sector 2. What is he going to be as he crosses the line? Is it going to be another improvement? This is a heck of a drive from Dean. Greenie's in the pits.
2:06.
It's a 2:06.9 for Dean Wysocki, and he's 1.8 clear of Kieran Argent. Where's Kieran on track? Is this because Mazda he's took off clean track here?
I think it is. It's paid off.
Kieran's wide on the grass. That's not going to gain him a second at all. That may be a slowdown, if not a lap time invalid. And look, he was 7/10 up through Sector 1, and it's all gone wrong for him. What's the traffic like behind Kieran? Can we get it to the trackside view for the wider angle? What's the gap like behind? Looks all right from there. Looks all right on the map actually as well. Greenie's in the pits. He's done. Welsh's gone above Swinfins.
Looks like they're all spaced out a bit.
Yeah, it does. It looks like they've all got a good gap. Is that Holty in front of Kieran? Holty sits 4th at the moment. No. Holt will stay on board Holty here then. Let's see what he can do. The first man who's going to set the next time will go on board TMLS after. If he's behind Kieran on track, we'll go on board Kieran again. But we'll stay on with Holty here then. Is he going to gain? He's got to find 2.8 seconds as the camera's glitched out again.
He's only a second up.
He's only a second up. This is... Cameraman's glitched out again here. Not sure why. But here we're back with Holty. He's only a second up. So is he only going to pull back the second, or did he lose time through the final corner? 1.6. So it takes him second. But he's still got 1 second to find. Where's TMLS now then? Welsh is in the pit, so here's TMLS. Nope, that's Kieran Argent. Here's TMLS. He's coming down the start straight now. He's improved. It's only a second. It keeps him behind Holty by a tenth. Now let's go to Kieran. Where's he? Can he improve? We've seen him on the grass a bit earlier in the lap. Can he improve then to up his time and get second place, if not pole position? No, he's down. Where's Dean Wasocki? Is Dean up on his time? Will Dean get an extra lap? Cameraman's glitched out. Here comes Dean. He will get one final lap. Welsh is in the pits as well as Greeny. Dean crosses the line now to start his last lap. He was 6/10 down, so he knows he's got time to make up. Can he do it here? Let's jump back to Holty, the first car on the grid. He will cross the line first out of this little group. And I tell you what, Mazda, this qualifying session is going to be even brilliant. And Smithy's put in a fantastic lap from somewhere. He's taking him fourth. Where's Smithy? Is he slout on track? He is, so we'll jump back to Holty. Smithy, don't discount him here for pole position. 1.5 seconds he's got to find. He'll find it from somewhere. He'll dig deep. Holty will cross the line first. This is exciting stuff.
Even Dean's last lap, like 6/10 down, he still puts him.
It would have still put him on pole. Yeah, it would have still put him on pole by a good half a second. And Holty's binned it. So Holty's done, and he was up on his time. But that's Holty done for this one. He's in the pits. Where's TMLS? TMLS is in the pits. Where's Smithy now?
Smithy. Oh, this is crazy.
Where is Kieran? And where's Smithy? Go back to Smithy. Smithy's behind Kieran on track. Where's Dean Wasocki? Dean's behind Smithy, so we'll go to Kieran. So can Kieran find 1.8 seconds? What a qualifying this is. This is brilliant. He's 8/10 up, so this will put him second. Oh! How has he held that? How has he kept that through there? Well done, Kieran. Really pushing this car. Wants the pole position. Needs to make the points up because he's not here next week. What can he do here? This has been this is like a race. What a qualifying session we've had. Peaceful's just gone 6th, so he's finished. He'll be 6th place. Swimfins is still out on track as well. I think he's the other car that is finished. So it's Kieran. Can he take provisional pole with Dean still on a lap? Can he get second place? What's he going to do? That's Smithy through the last corner. He looked wide and on the grass. What's Kieran going to do first though? It's pole for Kieran by 0.4 of a second. Smithy was on the grass, so he's pitted. Where's Dean? What can Dean do? He's got to find 0.4. Otherwise, Kieran's took pole. Oh, he's done it! Over the line at the last second! Dean Wasocki takes pole by 0.006 of a second! What a lap! What a qualifying! Well done, Dean Wasocki! I'll run down quickly, apologies. It's Dean from Kieran, Holty 3rd, TMLS 4th. Smithy, fantastic from him up in 5th. Nice to see TMLS back up the sharp end of the grid as well. Peaceful 6th with Alfie 7th, Greeny 8th. Deeks in 9th, Remy 10th, Welshie 11th. Swimfins brings up the rear in 12th. Oh, I need to catch my breath. What a qualifying.
I think you need to take a sip of water there, pal. Without shouting.
Bethany Duffin in the chat. Well done, Dean. She says, oh, what a qualifying. That was stellar. We was on board Dean for 2 laps and we couldn't see where Dean was going to put a foot wrong. Kieran then comes up with, he gained 2-point-something seconds here, Master, because he went 0.4 quicker. And for Dean to then go even faster.
Mate, I'm speechless with that.
What a stellar qualifier for Dean Wasocki. And I tell you what, in terms of taking the championship to Holty, you're doing just that. You're doing just that, because the gap now between the two is 55 points. Absolute stellar performance from Dean Wasocki. And if I know Dean, he'll be absolutely buzzing with that. Kieran, Daniel Francis, aka TMLS, amazing. Kieran says, damn, thought I had it. Dean Wasocki, yes, son. Wow, says Peaceful. Nice, says Smithy. Phil, you can tell the kids aren't in bed at Matt's house. You spelt my name wrong. Phil is one T. And no,
Here
the
we
kids
go,
are
boys.
wide awake. It's lights on. We can't see them. It's go!
Oh,
Kieran's gone off the
lights
line
on.
really well. Has he jumped in? I don't know. But Dean gets a better second phase. A bit of
crash
bumping between
behind.
TMLS and Smithy in the background though. Let's stay here because Kieran's up the inside and that's Holty round the outside. But Dean holds it together there nicely. Well done from Dean. Where's Kieran and Holty? There they are. Smithy wide in the background. Holty's
Kieran's
up
on
to
the grass.
second. Dean needs Holty to drop places, and in fact he's touching with TMLS. And wide he goes. How many places will he lose? None as TMLS forces Kieran out wide. But Dean leads. He's got to get the laps he needed in qualifying. This is a fantastic first lap here as well. Look at these cars bunched together. Look at that. That's peaceful and Kieran side by side here.
That's it now. Dean needs to put his head down and get them laps in. He can go.
Indeed. Holty second, TMLS third, Kieran fourth, Greeny fifth, Deek sixth, Alfie seventh, Peaceful eighth, Rebby ninth, Welshie 10th, Smithy's just gone 10th from Welshie 11th, Swingfins brings up the rear. Look at this, Alfie and Deek side by side, wheel to wheel near enough, and up the inside goes Alfie. Deeks runs wide there, unfortunately for him. Can he rejoin safely? I think we've got away with that. Yeah, we've got away with that one. Peaceful, Rebby was already on the grass. We got away with that. Where is Peaceful? Camera's glitched out again. Here's Peaceful on the back of Rebby. He'll have a lovely tow going down the straight. And look behind, the Hard Compound Racing boys. All behind. With all that excitement in qualifying, I forgot to give you a rundown of the championship. Holty leads from Kieran from Dean. They're the only three that can really win it. TMLS has picked up a time penalty already. Peaceful, he's not going to look there. Does he look for Rebby to make a mistake? He takes it very easy, and that's Greeny round, and Rebby loses the rear as well, and Peaceful will get the run on him. Bethany says yes, and by the end of the night they'll have a headache. Gary in the evening lads, finally home from work. What have I missed? I'm assuming Holty wrapped up the GT5. If so, well done Holty. Yes, Gary, he wrapped up the GT5, and Dean's ran a bit wide on the exit to the corner, and here comes Holty, pulls out of the slipstream. Let's go a bit wider, Mazda, on the trackside view so we can get a good look at this. Side by side, Kieran will be watching this in the background. Dean and Holty side by side into turn one. They're going to go. Holty will have the inside line. What's Dean going to do? Look to cut back.
Drive around the outside.
He drives around the outside, and I'll tell you what, Dean Wasocki, fantastic move. Cover the inside. No, he's not doing. Holty can send one here.
No.
Doesn't take one out of the book of Sutty. Thinks better of it. Oh, but Dean's ran wide. That could be a slowdown. That will be a slowdown, if not a time penalty. TMLS, after a good qualifying, has dropped down the order. In fact, he's commented in the chat. I won't repeat what he's commented. Dean's run slightly wide there, and Holty will be up the inside as we go down towards Agostini. Holty's got the job done. He had a better run out the corner. Does Dean drive around the outside here? Oh, they've touched! Holty's round! Dean's managed to keep it together. Kieran's going to come up the inside. Dean does have a time penalty, and Kieran has passed Dean. Oh, they've touched wheels. It could have gone wrong, but Holty leads after all of this. How does he lead? I don't know, and Dean's wide. All the work from qualifying is being undone as round he goes. All the work in qualifying to take pole has just been unravelled. There's TMLS making a comeback to 8th. Dean got on before Smithy got past. Oh, heartbreaking. The championship could have slipped away now. He's still third, and don't forget Kieran will miss next week, so Dean could overtake Kieran for second place, but he's going to want the glory. There is a trophy on offer here from the MP Geomatics boys as we ride on board with TMLS in the blue and yellow colours of his beloved Shrewsbury town. Breaks into the corner. Who's that making a mistake? That's Smithy who's made a mistake. Deeks is on the grass, and there's Greeny just in front. Come on, Daniel.
Down to fourth.
He has Rebby's past Dean. If it could have gone wrong, it will go wrong, and it has gone wrong. Come on then, Daniel. I'm in my Packers shirt. I know you're a Packers fan. Let's get the job done here. That's Dean, you can see just in front of this trio of cars on the back of Rebby. Oh, he did such a good job to take pole position as well, and it's just gone away from him.
Well, he can get his head down, he can get them laps in. 5 minutes, 2 qualifying laps, he should be able to catch up, I hope.
Well, with the looks of that, he's just gone up the inside of Rebby and has the job done. Does he cover the inside off? Let's go on board that one. Can we, Mazda, on the trackside view? See Rebby in the mirrors not having a look. Dean's covered that off well. He's kept that covered as well. Oh, and he's got the time penalty as well, so he's really got to get away from this gaggle of cars. Otherwise, he could find himself sitting in 7th place, Mazda. 6th place with the time penalty. Is he going to run wide there? Does he keep? He's kept it. Like you say, he's got to put in some qualifying laps. That's TMLS in the background, I think, looking on Deeks with Greeny just ahead. It is up the inside. In fact, he looks on Deeks. Does he get the move done? Oh! How they've not touched there, I'll never know. I'll never know. Alfie's down in 10th after his good 2nd place. Yeah, he seems close to Smithy. Here is Kieran Argent, 2nd place. He's a 2nd down to Holty now. And you have to wonder, had Dean not got the time penalty and not ran wide at turn 2, would it have been his night? Rebby sits 4th. He's actually half a second behind Dean. We can't see the penalty, but it could either be anything from a 2nd to 2 to 3. So Dean knows he's got to get a wiggle on. What's this a battle of? Smithy in the middle of his teammate Welshie and Alfie behind. With Peaceful Explosion not far in front of this, so not the best race for Peaceful Explosion here.
He's going to send... Would you send it to... Yes, he's going to go for it.
Can he go for it though with Welshie there? The teammates tap a little bit and that's Welshie off and manages to keep it, but they touch again and Alfie went round on his own, but Welshie loses ground to Smithy and I think keeps Alfie behind him with the looks of that. Up front though, Holty must have had a problem as Kieran is all on the back of him. It was a 2nd this gap was earlier. Just a shout out to Dean, he's dropped Rebby, he's 2 point something seconds in front of him. But here is Kieran sending one up the inside for the lead. They've like wheels, they've locked. Oh, they're not. Oh, it's ebbing and throwing here.
I do not know.
They're dancing with each other around the corners. Absolutely cracking stuff. The championship being taken to Holty and Kieran. Is he going to dive down the outside? Yes, he does, and he's got that move done. But while these two battle, Dean has brought the gap down to 8.8 seconds. I don't think that's enough to do anything. Kieran on the brakes, a bit slower through the corner than Holty was there. Dean has got that gap to 2 point something seconds, I think, to Rebby. Oh, Kieran's wide, and that will possibly be a slowdown as well. What this does though is it does take points off of Holty here. Even though Kieran...
They're still racing.
Yeah, they're still battling. If these two come together, 8 seconds, you've got to hope you can rejoin as quick as possible and as soon as possible. The gap down to 7.8 now. Kieran will dive into the slipstream here. What will he do from this point on then? 7.9 is the gap to Dean. That's actually increased a little bit as they come through the corner. Dean has a 2-second gap to Rebby exactly. TMLS is up to 5th, so he's past Deeks and Green. It's a good one to him. Oh, and Kieran's lost it! And that's going to be the race win for Holty, I'd assume, with 1:55 left. We'll be going on to the last lap. Where's Kieran? There's Dean! Where's Kieran?
Rebby could even do him.
Dean's done Kieran, so this is what I said, Mazda. If these two go off, Dean can easily inherit the lead, and he's inherited 2nd, but he's got to get the gap to Kieran Argent. The gap stands at 9/10. He's got the gap to Rebby if it's only a 2-second penalty. 7.7 to Holty. You feel like Holty's going to get the job done here on the last lap. Kieran missing next week. TMLS up to 5th place. He's on the back of Rebby. There's Rebby, you see the red car, as the camera will eventually pick them up in a moment. There we go. There's TMLS in the blue. The Shrewsbury Town colours. It's a bit more gold than yellow, but it's yellow on his car nonetheless. It means the same to him. The Green Bay Packers fan. What's he going to do? It's nice to see him up the sharp end of the grid. He's had a good season in the rookies, bar the races obviously he didn't participate in. He's got his teammate Greeny just behind, with Deeks just behind him. Alfie has passed well, should we see on the leaderboard. Peaceful Explosion's been nowhere in this. We've not really seen him much since lap 1 when he was side by side with his teammate. Dean has the gap down to 7.6. This will be the last lap of the race. Let's get the map loaded so we can see Holty ready for when he crosses the line to get the win. There we go. So where's Holty? He's coming through Hamilton now, down towards Oggies. And Dean's gone through Agostini. He's only about half a second, 6/10 in front of Kieran. That may switch around for after the penalty. Kieran's ran wide there though. Dean's 9/10 in front. If the penalty's a second, Dean may just do it. If the penalty's longer than a second, Dean will not do it. This is a battle on track. Where else have we got? We've got Rebby and TMLS, a good battle on track. We've got, that's about it in all fairness. Bar that, they're all a bit spread out. But it's Kieran and Dean for second place. Dean only 10th ahead of Kieran. Can Kieran get round the chicane fine this time round? If Holty doesn't, Holty may lose the lead. The gap is down 6.7, so I think Holty may have took his foot off the gas a bit. Dean through fine, Kieran through fine as well. So then, Holty will inherit the race win from Dean's mistake. He's out in front, he's cruising on his own. It's going to be Holty to extend his championship lead. It may only be by a handful of points, but he'll extend it nonetheless. Holty's going to come across the line to take first place. Now then, who's going to get second? Is it going to be Kieran or is it going to be Dean? Well done, Holty. I think Dean will do it. I think Kieran's too close to him. Dean's kept it, so Dean must have pulled away enough at the end, so Kieran gets third. Dean second with Rebby finishing in fourth place. Well done to him. TMLS has stopped on the line. What's that for? Oh, well, Deeks has gone to try and overtake Greeny. That was silly. I think Deeks has gone to overtake Greeny. Deeks will come home in sixth nonetheless. I think TMLS has slowed down for Greeny to finish fifth. That hasn't gone well, That may be wanted to be looked at by the stewards. That. Eighth place for Peaceful. 9th place for Alfie. Don Productions has joined in for the Clio as well. It's nice to see the Don. 10th for Welshie then. Smithy will come home in 11th. Swimfins will bring up the rear in 12th. TMLS after all that comes 7th. Just got to check the fastest lap. Dean could have only lost 3 points to Holty. Here comes Swimfins now. That was stupid. No penalty, says Kieran. So unrealistic. You don't park up on live track. At Bethany, says Michael Matthews. Sorry, Deeks. I was slowing for green. I didn't mean to hit you. I was over the racing line. Last I checked, you were second behind. But it's Holty who leads. Who got the fastest lap? Well, it's not Dean. It's Kieran in the 205s. So it's Holty from Dean, from Kieran, Rebby, Greeny, Deeks, TMLS, Peaceful, Alfie, Welshie, Smithy, and then Swimfins bringing up the rear. So Kieran will take the extra point for fastest lap. Let's get Dean Wasocki in for an interview. That incident though at the end though, Mazda, that may want to be looked at. If you was the person trying to overtake the other car and you've hit a slow car on the line, would you be putting that in?
I definitely would, mate. You don't park a car. I'm not going to take away from TMLS, but you just don't park a car and start straight there.
I understand with TMLS missing a few races, you're going to try and out Greeny, finish as high in the championship as possible. But you don't, do you?
No, not there, especially there.
No, it was a bit silly. As Dean joins us now. Dean.
Congratulations, mate, for the second place in the poll.
Yeah. Well, I got third.
It came up second on our screen, bud.
I got third. I got a second penalty and Kieran crossed line just moments after me, so he's got second.
All right, okay. So third place then.
I still took it.
I tell you what, mate. We was up with you. We was down with you. It was as if we was in the car with you for that race because talk us through that qualifying lap first of all.
I thought I'd go out last, so I got a bit of a clear track. And I started catching with some people, and I got into their slipstream, and that were it. After that, I just got faster and faster. Well, except for that other lap. Then that last lap where Kieran went pole, then I beat him by a few seconds.
What did you think when Kieran went pole? Did you think, oh, I've got to get this last corner right?
Yeah. Then I seen it go up to 500, and I thought, yep, I've got pole.
What happened in the race? Because we've seen you got a good lead. We've then seen you mess the second corner up and run wide, which gave you your penalty. You must be kicking yourself because, you could have had the race win and pull some points back on Holty. You must be kicking yourself at that.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was just trying to push too hard to try and get a bit of a gap.
Yeah. We know you can overdrive the car. That's been one of your problems all season. What's the plans going forward? You obviously now trail Holty in this by 64 points with 74 to play. So there's a slim chance, but it is only slim now. You should take
Stay
seconds as Kieran's not there next week, but yeah.
Just hope Alti's not racing next week.
What's your plans for the rest of the night? Head down and try and get some more podiums?
I'm going to try it, yeah. I've been quite quick round this track, so hopefully get a few more podiums.
Well, best luck, mate, and all the best for tonight. Congratulations on your third and your pole position.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
So Dean just confirming there, Mazda, for us that he got third position, that the server had glitched out for us. Heartbreaking though,
nice.
Heartbreaking when you know somebody so personally, you know somebody so well. To see him get pole position, you must have, we're both joyed, and then to see him just fall apart. And it's been a problem of his all year. And Gary's told him this as well. He overdrives the car, and we've seen that again tonight.
Yeah, we have. Well, it's easy to do that, isn't it? We've all done it. You think, I've come off, I need to get my head down, but that just, back in your mind, you just know that's just putting you off, and you think, why did I make that mistake? And then that's when you start driving the car, and you make more mistakes a little bit, and then, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Into the Tin Top Racing UK Renault Clio Cup.
This is going to be fun.
I tell you what, this cup of coffee is lovely, and I need it because my throat. I've had a week off from this, and I feel like everything will be fine. And then these guys bring up some fantastic racing, and it's been a brilliant, enjoyable thing to watch tonight. We've seen great racing, great overtakes, bold manoeuvres. We've seen, people you wouldn't think. TMLS hasn't been up there much this year, but he's up there in this race. We've got seen Dean get a pole. Just what a cracking night so far.
Right, it's been an absolutely cracking night, I say. I think the respect of both of these drivers is starting to gain respect for each other, and the races are becoming so much better. Yeah,
I 100% agree with you there. And you see with the Group B lads, and it was stated last year that the standard of the drivers in Group B, you look at the standard that went from B to A in the like of NJ and Little Leach, Monkey Boy, Phil with a newcomer, Gary not so much. But you look at the standards that them lot bought, bar Gary, it was fantastic. And they're already they're in the groove of Group A, and Little Leach is winning races and finishing on podiums. Gary just turns up for the events. But then you look at the standard of this year and you think, with them guys being promoted to Group A, Group B is wide open for everybody. And, all right, Holty's dominated GT5, but the standard throughout the season's got better. And I know you've only been tuned in since halfway through, but you must admit, you raced in a Group B event or two this year. The standard looks like it's got better to me.
Yeah, mate, that one race, that one round I did at Brands Hatch, we're a bit like, come on, what we're doing, with back markers and all that. And it looks like, as they've carried on racing, there's respect and, they're trying to drive, and it's like I say, it's becoming enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and the best thing for me about it is what a community of lads we've got in this THR League. We've got a community of lads that will, me and you are on most nights, Gary's on most nights, as is Sutty. We're all on for a practice. Whether you're from Group B at the back of the grid or Group A at the top of the grid, we don't care. Just get on and, get some laps in with us. We're not bothered, are we? And this whole community just sort of... It's as if like we've got a UK-wide range of people, and we've all got to know each other well. And it's just brilliant, isn't it?
I agree. Oh, it is, mate. Like I say, we might, the A groups are telling the B drivers how to, race, and it looks like they are actually learning from how we're telling them. But then again, we can also do the same with them. We can learn if they're faster than us in one corner. We can see how they're doing it, and we're getting tips from them.
100%. And the other one is going back to your point about teaching the Group B guys, helping them out, not teaching them, helping them. Me and you both know Dean Wasocki personally.
Yep, we do.
From when he bought this game, and we race with him GT3s a lot, just doing normal online sessions with Dean Wasocki, and he was nowhere. You was comfortably lapping him once, maybe twice, if not sometimes 3 times a lap at a race.
Yeah.
To where he is now, to seeing Dean get pole position and challenge for race wins, and he's took his very first victory this season, it just makes you sort of like smile to know that you've helped someone get there. And it's the same with all the B drivers. If you're a B driver and you've got some advice from an A driver and you go out and win a race, it's really nice to see, isn't it? It's really nice to just come together as a group. And when you look at it on the Facebook and on the stream, it is no Group A and Group B. It's just one big group. It's just the fact that the grids aren't big enough to have everybody on one track.
Yep, I agree with that.
So, as we get back to the THR Racing UK Renault Clio Cup, it is Deeks who leads the way here by 16 points from Kieran. But don't forget, he misses next week, so that may change there. Greeny sits third with Holty fourth, only 38 behind. So, will he let his H&D Motorsport teammate Deeks try and win this one, or will he go for a third title, or try and challenge for a third title? Rebby sits fifth with Little Trev 6, who's not here. Don Productions sits seventh place on 83 points. I think Don is done. In terms, I don't think he can win this one. Alfie 8th, Peaceful 9th, Dean Wasaki 10th, Big Boy Brazier 11th, Smithy 12th, Walshy 13th, TMLS 14th, Swimfins 15th.
Who do you want to sit on with?
And BTC Reed. Let's go on board with Deeks, the championship leader.
Deeks. That's not him. Look, even I'm doing it wrong now.
Oh, Deeks must have come out of the pits late, unless he's already on a lap. Let's load the track map for me, Mazda. Let's see where Deeks is on track. We know he's coming down towards Agostini. Deeks is the first man out on track, so let's see what kind of lap time he can do as he comes through Agostini towards Hamilton. And now the Renault Clios, they get cold on the rear tyre and they like to lose the back end, but you can use that to your advantage. Let that rear kick out a bit and then catch the slide. As you can see, Deeks do that there.
I can't do that.
You can't do that, but you're not fighting for the Group A Clio Cup Championship. Me and some other bloke. I can't remember who leads it by 4 points, but there we are. This looks a good lap from Deeks.
I show my teammate, I'm going to, take you for the title.
Cheers, bud. Don't think I can win the GT5 and regain my title there this season, but it'd be nice to win something different.
Yeah, it always is, mate. I think Clios can be yours.
You've been a champion on a different game, Live for Speed it's called. You was the you entered the ETCC on that and won the European Touring Car Championship on that one. How do you feel when you win a title? Obviously, I know from the GT5s last year. How did you feel?
Completely speak. You just, as you cross that line, you just think, have I just done that?
Yeah.
You have to pinch yourself a couple of times because you just don't know. You just can't believe that you've actually beat, a good group of lads.
Emotional.
Yeah.
I found for myself last year emotional.
Yeah, I agree.
And as we are aware, Team Launch Racing are in the Open Endurance Cup, which is streamed on Twitch. I'll post the streamed live to my Facebook, where I'm not racing in this one. I am race engineer for Mazda, my brother and my father, who are all in the top of that at the moment, led by Takahashi, who cannot seem to be beaten currently. As Holt is on pole at the moment from Don. Greeny's just gone pole by 1.3 seconds. Let's see if Deeks can do a good lap time here. I don't know if he came out the pits late or had an invalid lap. Look at the car all sideways through there. That is how that little shot of Deeks there, that's how you drive the Renault Clio for me. I'll take you through the, while we watch Deeks finish his lap, the Constructors Championship is H&D Motorsport, lead from Tin Top Taurus, lead from Wiggle Wiggle Racing, K&J Racing, Team Wakasaki, AJ Motorsport, Register Racing, and then the Hard Compound Racing bring up the rear.
Oh, he's pushing that car a bit into.
100%. Just like to point out, Kieran Argent's racing licence is on 99%. He's nearly at an S licence. He's not quite the S-Class veteran. If you merge Kieran and Dean together, you've got an S-Class veteran. Kieran will be wanting that veteran licence, no doubt. As we look into seasons to come, we don't know what Kieran is racing himself personally. Will he be back for THR? Will he not? All wait and see. Oh, he's a bit too sideways round there. And that's going to ruin his lap with Greeny on pole the second and a half, and the other traffic comes. Here's Rebby. There, we're on board with Alfie now. He's behind Dean Wasaki, who currently sits P7. Don, first race for him tonight, so he'll be getting warmed up, ready for the Porsche and the touring cars, no doubt. He's currently sitting P6. Alfie 5th. Alfie 4th, actually. Qualifying lap time from Alfie. We've seen Alfie a bit up and down this season in the THR League. Let's just look at his Clio record at the moment. He had a 4th, a 9th, 12th, 6th, 9th and a non-finish last week. That's an up and down season. You know, and this is why he's probably not a bit further up the championship, because there's just no consistency there, is there? One thing you've got to be is consistent as we speak. The same place where Deeks did. We've just seen Deeks wheels as well.
I think we should start watching people into that car.
Yeah, I think we should, especially in these cars anyway.
We should just try and keep skipping when they get into that bit.
I tell you what we should look at. Look at the top two, separated by 0.04 of a second. Greeny to Don. What a lap time that is from the Don Productions. Finally here to help his teammate Rebby out. I tell you what.
Is that Kieran behind him?
That's either Kieran or Peaceful, but the colours on Don Productions' car is the nicest colours I've seen on the grid. I wonder why.
I agree.
Mr. Pancake back.
It's missing a bit of yellow though.
It is missing a bit of yellow. Maybe Rebby's in the yellow version. We'll have to see. Mr. Pancake's back on the chat. Looks like Alfie's trying to get into the Drift Championship. Comes in sideways. It's tricky around there, mate. Let me tell you that.
Did he get a little tap? I don't know.
I'm not sure if he got a tap there, but he ran wide. They both were a bit drifty, weren't they? Both a bit sideways. Well, either way, that's not going to be the 0.04 he needs to gain on Greeny. Let's quickly change before we ruin Don Productions' lap even more as they head down towards the chicane.
Look at.
Here's Rebby. He's in the other livery, same as Don Productions, but in the red. We'll be running them liveries tomorrow.
Yellow. Yeah, I mean, I'm missing that bit of yellow. But oh well. Right, we're changing cars to the grid to that corner again.
TMLS and Deeks haven't set a time. Deeks, don't forget, championship leader. Here's Welshie running in the light blue black with the red on the back.
I need to stop getting rolling on this corner as well.
Alfie's down to 7th as well. She's up to 6th. Good qualifying from him. Kieran only half a second off the lead. Look at the top 5, all separated by under half a second. Does Deeks set a time this time round? The championship leader.
A minute left. 6.
He does. It puts him 6th, 2.4 off. He will get one last lap in. Alfie is done. P8's the highest Alfie can start. Possibly may finish a bit lower. Mr. Pancake says, though, forward wheel drive racing is always asking for trouble. Here's Peaceful Explosion. Look, he's not had the best of night so far, Peaceful Explosion hasn't. He had the poor first race in the GT5. Didn't really see him in the rookies, and he's currently P9 at the moment. Can he improve here to P9? That's either Welsh or Smithy behind him. He will get another lap in. Holty's in the pits, so he's not going to improve. Peaceful does improve, goes P6. Got to find 2.1 second. Look at the lap the top 5 have done. Half a second. Then 6th place is 2.1 behind the leader. Alright, 1.8. The top 6 is 1.8 behind the leader because Dean Wasaki has just gone quicker. And he's on another lap. That Holty's pitted, so he doesn't feel he can find any more time here. Alfie in the pits, Smithy in the pits. Swinfins and TMLS still out on track. Can they improve? They're a bit off the pace at the moment. Peaceful's caught that really well. So that's Welshie behind Peaceful, who is on the grass. And Peaceful's down through sector 1. 206.6 for Greeny at the moment. Where is Greeny on track? He's coming down the Bentley Straight. Where is the Don? The Don's just in front, so we'll stay on board Don because Don is just in front of Greeny on track.
Oh, yes,
he's got to find 0.04 of a second. He's got to get this bit right. There aren't races for the Xbox, unfortunately, Mr. Pancake. This is PS4 League, unfortunately. Can Don get... He's done the bomb hole. He's into Coram now. He's got to get the last corner right to come onto the centre straight.
Good fun.
Does Kieran find the half a second to take pole? Greeny's backed out, so Greeny will not improve. So Don can take pole position. Rebby's only needs to find a 10th. We'll go to Rebby in just a moment. What can Don do? He's gone quicker, and Kieran goes second, a 10th behind. Where's Rebby? Rebby's got to find half a second. Here he comes, just on the gravel a bit as he come out the final corner. Can Rebby find half a second? No. So the Don will take pole position. Look at that, though. The top 5 covered by 7/10. Dean is the last man on track, so we will stay on board Dean Wasaki as we finish here.
Says Dean Wasaki lap time invalidated.
Oh, so Dean's not going to get a lap in, but he hasn't pitted.
Might,
Or is that an old
know.
message?
Could do.
Well, we'll find out. So it's Don who takes pole. The Mermaid on the front row of the grid, followed by Kieran Argent. Still not got that licence, it still eludes him. Greeny in third, Rebby fourth. Peaceful up to fifth place, so good qualifying from Peaceful. Holty sixth, Dean Wasocki in seventh place, with Deeks eighth, Elchie ninth. Alfie dropped only 2 places to 10th. Smithy 11th, TMLS 12th, Swimfins 13th.
I tell you what, Matt, Deeks has got a job down from 8th.
He has got a job to do. His teammate's in the wrong livery. Holty's in the wrong livery. He's meant to be in the green. Holty's in the blue and red in 6th place. Oh well, never mind. That doesn't matter. Can Deeks get his job done? Kieran, don't forget, will miss the start. Will miss next week, but it's Greeny Deeks has got to keep an eye on. The revs rise. It's go, 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 and Don doesn't get a good start there. Kieran has, and Greeny looks like he's got a good start on row 2. There is. That's Peaceful who touches with Rebby. And Deeks is involved in that. Does Deeks keep going?
Yeah.
No, he's off. Deeks is round. And is that his championship slipping away from him? But Kieran off the line and leads so far. That's Welshie or Smithy off in the background going, I don't know where they're going sightseeing, looking at the trees, I think. Holty can worm his way back into this championship. That's Kieran being forced wide by Greeny there. And Greeny will now inherit the lead. But can Kieran stick it up the inside? Can't quite see. Holty's looking on Don though. No, can't get the move done on the Don there. Where is Deeks? 10th place at the moment, not what he wants. Can't take our eyes off this front battle though. It's Greeny from Kieran, Don, Holty, taking Dean Wasocki with them. He's not had the best of season in these cars. He'll hope to end it well. Looking to send one up the inside of Holty. Can't get it done there. Still, the top 3 just slightly pulling away from Holty. There is Holty. Where is Dean? He's dropped back a bit further. And Greeny and Kieran really touching, and Kieran on 2 wheels. He's managed not to roll it and only loses 1 place there. That's impressive. That is absolutely impressive. How he's not rolled it, I'm not so sure. But the Don looks to make a move on Greeny. Is he going to do it at the chicane? Every time we've seen someone go down here, they've span it in these cars. Hopefully not this time round. Don looks round the outside. He touches Greeny. Dean Wasocki has a time penalty. Don has no other option but to cut the corner. He will let Greeny back through. Good sportsmanship, that. And Holty has got past Kieran earlier. He now has Kieran all over the back of him. But in terms of the championship, it's Deeks who sits down in 10th, and it's Greeny who currently sits leading on the racetrack. In the Clio, 25 points for a win, as Greeny goes on to 2 wheels, but not as bad as Kieran Argent did a moment ago. The Don has a time penalty with Dean Wasocki, who is still keeping up with this little battle. And look behind Dean, there's Rebby. The top 6 separated by 2.5 seconds. Fantastic racing so far. Deeks up to 9th place now. Only 5 seconds off the lead, so still close at the moment. But the Don really challenging for this lead here. 100% that mathematically he can't win this title, but he's still there challenging for it all the way. That's Rebby up the inside of Dean Wasocki. Job done. Dean gets the power down a bit sooner than Rebby. And does he get that position back? Is he up the inside? Can we just see that one? No, that's Deeks. Deeks is up to 7th though. And Dean side by side with Rebby. They lean on each other and still manage to not push each other off. Deeks is up into 7th. He's making a right charge here. He wants his title. He wants to keep up the points and up the pressure on Greeny. Does Dean look up the inside of Rebby? Can't get it done. Can he get on the power? No. So Rebby keeps 5th place from Dean. Back out front though, it's 4/10 of a second separates the lead from Holty. Only off second behind. Holty's tapped the back of Don and Greeny. Was all sideways, and Kieran up the inside. Opportunistic or what there from Kieran. Up the inside, and a cracking job. A real good scrap here. The top 3-4 separated by 1.5 seconds. This is Clio Racing at its finest, rubbing and bumping. The lead changing all the time, and here we go. Oh, Don sideways. Greeny's going to go. Greeny's off. I didn't see Greeny off. Rebby off in the background.
Wow.
But Greeny's gone from 1st to 4th in one corner. Kieran now leads. Dean's up to 5th. Deeks is up to 6th. Extra points for him here, and depending on Dean's time penalty, Deeks may inherit 5th at the end, but there's still 6 minutes to go. Kieran stays well away from them sausage curbs, but potentially may pick up a slowdown as he ran wide there. You can't afford to take it. There's 4 cars for the lead as we head down the start straight to start the third lap of this race.
Down the middle.
Holty looks to squeeze the Don and Kieran. Kieran closes the door and Don is round. He's got lucky there. He's managed to keep that going. If you need the luck to go your way, look no further. But Kieran and Don, Holty tried to squeeze the both on him. And look who leads again. It's Greeny. No more than 3 corners later, Greeny leads. Dean Wysocki runs in P4. Neil says, Holty, that was a bit naughty. Where is Deeks? He's P5. If these guys keep battling like this, Deeks could be back on the podium. There is Deeks. He's past Don. The Don will be fuming. The Don's round.
He's gone again.
The Mermaid is all at sea there. Absolute carnage. A bit naughty from Holty maybe. We don't know. We'll have to see. Did Kieran and Don squeeze Holty as he was coming through the middle again? It may be taken to the admins, we'll have to wait and see, but it's Dean 4th, Deeks 5th, championship leader, dropped to 10th on lap 1 off the line, but he's back up into P5, but this for the lead, his teammate Holty in the blue, and Greeny in the orange and black and yellow for the lead as we come down towards Brundle and Nelson for the 3rd time in this race. Holty looks one way, he looks to the outside. Can he keep it around the outside of Brundle into Nelson for the inside? Is he going to be brave enough? He looks like he has. He's tapped Greeny, they run wide. Kieran's going to be straight up here, and here comes Kieran as Greeny rejoins. Kieran takes 2nd and has a run on Holty. Holty closes the door and says, no thank you, I don't want none of that. I tell you what, if these 3 take each other out, Dean Wysocki could inherit a race win. The race win he probably should have had in the rookies, he could inherit in the Clios. I would have interviewed him at the wrong time, and Kevin's off. Oh! And he's in the side of Holty, and Greeny inherits the lead. And where's Dean Wysocki? There he is. He's going to be into 2nd. Deeks is up into 4th place, the championship leader, sniffing at a podium. Greeny 1.8 up the road. He's away now. Surely he's not going to bottle it from here with 3 minutes 18 left on the clock. Kieran on the grass and launches over that as if he's a ski jumper over the sausage curb into the side of Holty, who looks like he's going to send one on Dean here, and Dean refuses to defend but cuts it back well, pushes Holty wide, and here comes Holty's teammate. Now what will Holty do? What will Holty do though, Mazda? His teammate leads this title, and he's going. Has Holty let Dean through there? Has Holty let Deeks through? Was that team orders? Was that good team play? Holty isn't looking to come back at him. He just tucks in. Has Holty let Deeks have that place there? And Dean, with the time penalty, could drop to 5th. Kieran is there in 6th. Dean's wide, and Deeks is up to 2nd. And the championship leader is on fire in this race. Greeny's gone with 2.5 left to play, but Deeks from 10th at lap 1 to 2nd on lap 4. What a race we are seeing. This is Clio's, Mazda. This is Clio's.
This is really good.
This is absolutely brilliant. Now, Holty, can you pass Dean? Do you need to pass Dean? You're going to inherit the place with his time penalty. He's pushing him down the Bentley straight. He is pushing him. Come on, Dean, says Holty. Get your bloody move on. Dean must be running a Fred Flintstone car here, because he just looked like he had no pace there. Oh, on 2 wheels, all 3 of them. Kieran as well, 2-wheel action in the Clios, and Dean. Holty has a time penalty as well, but Dean on the back of Deeks. Is he going to look to do something as they come up towards Coram and then into the final corner? On board with Remy here. Look at the 2 cars in front. Deeks looked a bit sideways here. Oh, he's tapped in with Wysocki, and Holty's going to be through, and Remy's through on the inside. There's Dean, and Deeks is off. The championship lead is in the wall. Dean's near enough taking a pit stop, and Deeks is back down to 6th. Oh, I can't believe this. Absolutely unbelievable. Deeks and Dean come together when running so well. And the championship leader has got a nudge from Don. That was a bit naughty there. We can understand if Don would be a bit frustrated, but that's a bit naughty. But Deeks currently runs 6th. Can he catch Dean with the time penalty for 5th? Oh my God, I need to catch my breath. We're on the last lap of the race, I do believe. And Greeny looks like he's going to take the race win. Holty's going to grab a second with the looks of things. Depending on the time penalty, if Kieran could do anything about it. Who's that round? That's TMLS. In the background, the Don's not going to be happy. Kieran looks like he's on the back of Holty for 3rd. Even though he has a time penalty. In fact, Holty's off. And was that Rebby off as well? It was. So Rebby's off. And Dean's gone through. Deeks has gone through. Don's gone through. So Deeks is back up to 5th. Can he get 4th? Can he catch Holty for 3rd place for a podium? Deeks is all sideways. He's slinging it in the corners. Ragging it round by the scruff of its neck. And he knows that the championship is on with Kieran and Greeny 1st and 2nd. Deeks has Don behind him. Don has a time penalty. Holty has a time penalty. Dean Wasocki has a time penalty. If you're Holty Mazda, do you you've still got the chance of winning this title. Do you slow down for your teammate or not? Or what's going to happen here?
Oh, Dean's going for defensive.
Deeks looking to get past Dean, but there's the Don round the outside, and Deeks on 2 wheels into the side of Dean. Nothing could be done about that. I don't think there was anything in that one. But Deeks has got past him. Now 4 seconds to 3.9 to your teammate. Let's go on board Greeny. But if I know, Greeny, congratulations on your race win. But let's get back to Deeks for the action, because we cannot take our eyes off of this at the moment. This is absolutely fantastic.
Where's Holty? Oh, Holty back there. I don't think Holty will, just because I close.
No, Kieran's got 2nd with Holty 3rd. Deeks.
Penalty. We'll have to find out.
Deeks has crossed the line. No, Deeks has taken 3rd. So Holty must have had a mega penalty, because Deeks will take 3rd place. So Deeks, up and down all race, gets a 3rd place out of all of that. Holty takes 4th, with Don coming home 5th. Smithy gets a 6th place. He's had a quiet one in this one. Dean Wasocki's going to get 7th. Peaceful Explosion, he's had a talk about quiet. He's had a really quiet race in that. He's going to come home in 8th place, with Rebby, who was up there at one stage, finishing 9th. TMLS 10th. Welshie 11th. Alfie 12th. And Swimfins 13th.
What a drive from Deeks though.
It's a bit warm in this living room, I'm not going to lie to you. That one was absolutely stellar. We're just going to wait for the times to come up for the fastest lap. Aerials has cost me the ducking race. Well done, Greeny, says Neil. Alfie used to take a leaf out of your own unsafe rejoin book. Unlucky Don, says Neil. I didn't mean to hit anyone, I don't break on first corner. Fair enough then, Ariel. Daniel Francis says Walshy was ahead of me. Kieran Osmond says forced off before I torpedoed. So TMLS says that Welshie was in front of him, so that will put TMLS. Welshie was in front of you, TMLS. We got set. Welshie got 7th. Oh no, sorry, wrong week. So 11th for TMLS and a 10th for Welshie. Thank you for that. And fastest lap goes to, as we are finished finally. Whew. Kieran with the looks of it. Peaceful Explosion down in 8th. So it's Greeny from Kieran, Deeks 3rd, Holty 4th, Don 5th, Smithy 6th, Dean Wasocki 7th, Peaceful 8th with fastest lap, Rebby 9th, TMLS 10th, Welshie 11th. As we know, them two swap round, says TMLS. So TMLS gets 11th for Welshie 10th, Alfie 12th, and Swimfins 13th. I think I know we normally get 2nd place or the winner in. We've not had Greeny in for an interview, so we're not sure if he does the interviews or not. We've invited him in before. But let's get championship leader in, I think. What a comeback that was indeed. Just flicking through some of your comments. Still at A licence, says Kieran. I'll take 6th, as Smithy. Ariel says this happens every week. Fastio, Lapio at least, says Peaceful Explosion. Neil, go on Smithy, that's what I like to see. I'm not having arguments in the chat. I'm not going to bother reading the argument ones out. So if we could keep the arguments to the to Facebook, message each other directly if you could, to keep arguments, because I'm not reading them out on chat. It's not fair on the viewers to read your arguments. Let's see if Deeks will join us. If not, we'll get Kieran in. I tell you what though, the championship is down to 14 points at the minute. Wait, Deeks isn't coming in at the moment, so we'll wait. The championship master down to 14 points.
Wow,
between
nice.
Kieran and Deeks, and Kieran misses next week.
Not a race you want to be missing, do you, when you're that close?
No.
Evening.
Kieran. Speak of the devil. You're 14 points behind Deeks and miss a week. You must be gutted about that.
Oh, it's annoying because like me and John Production going side by side down the home straight. Next thing you know, I'm facing the wrong way. So I don't know. There wasn't much of a gap between me and John Production. And
Did you see Holty come in? Did you see Holty try and squeeze you both?
there was definitely not enough room for three cars.
No, Holty was coming through the middle of you and Don, and that's what sent Don into you, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was like, so from where my camera angle, it was like half a car width between me and Don, so I don't know what he was thinking, but either what it is, you move on. Still not got the S-Class.
I could see that on the screen at the moment. 99% still.
Still 99.
An up and down racing, that one. Good little battle up and down the grid. You must have felt pleased to come away with a second place in the end, all being that, you know, you was on and off the track at times.
I had the pace. Like, as soon as I lost ground, I caught straight back up again, so God only knows what I could have done if I got out in front. But like I say, you know, the instant into the last corner, I thought I'd run it round the outside added inside the last corner, and then come across. You know, may not know I'm there or not, I don't know, but another one again. Look at
up and down race for yourself. You go into the GT4s in which you lead. You looking forward to driving these cars?
Yeah, I've had a bit happy on the rear in these in the week, but hopefully the practice and real drive car will pay off.
Just want to ask you, if you was Deeks, if you was in Deeks' situation in that Clio race, dropping to 10th, coming back to 3rd, dropping down to 6th again,
you've done well.
How would you have felt in that situation?
Oh, my heart would have been in your stomach if we dropped down to 10th, but you've done well to fight back. But that's what happens when there's instance in front of you. You work your way back through. Like you see when I was in the middle part of the lap, I managed to get 3 positions due to other people's instance.
Yeah. Well, best luck for the rest of the night, Kieran.
Yes, good luck.
So, you know, his heart would have been in his mouth. Well, he leads the GT4s by 30 points, so his heart might be in his mouth yet as he leads this one. So,
Who was in second place?
In the GT4s, Deeks.
Yes.
Deeks currently sits second place. If you're Deeks, what would you be feeling after that race if you're Deeks Master? Honestly, what must be going through your mind?
I think Kieran's just said, put it perfectly. You'll be like up and down, wouldn't you? But then to get that 3rd place or 2nd place, can't remember, it'd be perfect, wouldn't it? You'd be like, thank God for that.
Yeah, I think he crossed the line 4th with Holty then having a time penalty, switching them to a round for the H&D Motorsport boys. They've pulled a bit more of a gap out in the constructors title with H&D. Yep, cheers buddy, sorry, I was just reading the comment on YouTube. He's pulled an extra point, a couple of points for H&D in the constructors, because Peaceful we've not seen really do out to help Kieran for the Tin Top Tourers in this one, but you know, Cleo's is done for this
track. It's a very tough track, to be honest.
It is a tough track. It is a very tough track. Snetterton's a good track. We see a lot of good racing in the touring cars in real life. You know, we see a lot of decent overtakings, but also a lot of incidents between other drivers. I remember when Matt Neal had managed to pass Jason Plato towards the end of the race, and Plato span him.
You're gonna bring that up.
And Plato span him round to take the race win. We see silly incidents like that. But then you can also see some interesting incidents. A lot of incidents in the real touring cars is at that chicane, the tight chicane, after the back straight. You see a lot of incidents there in the real touring cars and Clios and stuff like that. It is a tough track. It's not tight neither. The track's not a tight track. It's a wide track. But the corners are funny. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? The corners, they don't. It's not like being at Donington Park where you can chuck it in the corner. They're tighter than what you think. I think this is what can sometimes catch people out here. So, like I say, I'll give you a rundown of the championship. It is Kieran Argent who leads the way here on 213 points. He only leads by 30. Now, the points here, you get 35 for a win, 1 for pole, and 1 for fastest lap. So Kieran needs to be at least 37 in front. Kieran needs to be at least 37 in front before next week, because if he's not 37 points in front of next week, he will end up losing that top spot, which he's had for so long. The Don is parked well off there. That was the reset button, which
Cold
is
tyres.
banned. It is cold tyres.
First shot.
Let's go back to the championship then. So it's Kieran Argent from Deeks, 30 points. Rebby, he's slim with a shouting chance, as is Don and Peaceful and Greeny. Halty as well has an outside chance here, but it is slim pickings. 111 points up for grabs. He's 107 behind. And then we go to Dean Wasocki, sits 8th with Little Trev 9th. Swimfin's 10th. Good result in these for Swimfins. He's P10 out of 16. He's ahead of TMLS, Alfie, Big Boy Brazier, Smithy, Welshie, BTC Reed. Alright, TMLS, Brazier, Welshie, Smithy, Reed haven't raced every race, but you've got to score the points when they're there, and that's what he's done. So I think for this one, let's go on board Kieran for a lap. Where is Kieran on track? He's the lead car on track as we come to the end of the track while he finishes the rest of his outlap. It's the Tin Top Tourers, Kieran and Peaceful Explosion, who lead the way in the constructors, only 48 points ahead of H&D Motorsport, Halty and Deeks. Then comes Wiggle Racing of Rebby and Don Production, followed by Team Wakasakid, but they're only represented by one guy as Little Trev isn't here. K&G Racing then come next with Greeny, and TMLS, I do believe, is helping him out and supporting him, followed by Register Racing of Swimfins and Alfie. AJ Motorsport, which was Big Boy Brazier and TMLS, but obviously with BTC Reed not being here and Big Boy Brazier not being here, TMLS has teamed up with Greeny, and then bringing up the rear, the Hard Compound Racing boys of Welshie and Smithy. Obviously them boys haven't raced every single race. We're on board Kieran then. He's come through turn 1 then as he heads up towards...
Who's behind him, man?
That is Greeny or TMLS, I do believe.
Right, okay.
I do believe, and it's going to make things a little bit interesting. Where does Greeny sit in this? He sits 6th, 93 points behind Kieran. Again, an outside shot at the title with 111 points left to play with. Let's just see. My maths are right. Yeah, 111 points to play with, 111. And he sits 97 behind, so he has an outside chance. 93 behind, as does Peaceful and Don on 85 and 89 behind. Rebby 73 behind. Again, another outside chance, but a chance nonetheless. It's really coming into a 2-horse race between Deeks and Kieran Argent. So let's keep an eye on them two throughout qualifying. But obviously the other cars as well. The top 7 can all win this. Dean Wasocki can't, who sits 8th in the league. The next 2 are tight in the championship, let me tell you that. I won't give it away yet, but the next 2 are really tight in the title race. And you're going to win. If the racing's been anything like it has been so far tonight, that's going to be juicy, Mazda. As the car behind
Sounds really good.
gets a bit happy on the throttle. He's kept it on track, he's kept it going, but Kieran... Smithy set the first lap of a 2:52. That is not a respectable lap time. That's not representative at all. It's probably a lap that he's come out of the pits and done. So ignore that one then from Smithy at the moment.
Lap time invalid.
Here comes Kieran to set the first proper lap time of the night, a 1:56.1. So a good start tonight, a good benchmark, improve from there. That's what you need to do. Peaceful's gone 2.2 slower. That's the teammate of Kieran Argent who's gone wide, and that's not going to help him at all. Peaceful has an outside chance in this, so will he help his teammate here? That's Dean Wasocki. He's gone P3 with 3.7 behind. Rebby's now dropped to P4. Again, like I say, Smithy's lap time isn't representative at all. Here's Deeks, the other title contender, coming down the Bentley straight at the moment. There is a car behind him. Who is that? That is Alfie or Swimfins, I do believe, who's had a bit of a wiggle and go across the chicane. Oh, they've span. TMLS is in the pit lane. So then, what can Deeks do in these cars? We couldn't get him in for an interview in the Clios, unfortunately. We'll try and get him at the end of the night. Are you enjoying commentary so far tonight, Maz? Are you enjoying the cameras and things?
Do you know what? I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot. I've been like, you've been asking me a few times, how if you say it's not my thing, but I'm actually enjoying it.
It is good fun when you get doing it, especially when you get good racing. As Deeks ran out the last corner.
Perfect.
It has, hasn't it?
Better night.
Couldn't ask for a better debut, could you?
You couldn't, could you?
Imagine how I felt knowing my best mate for 16 years, like a brother to me, wins the first race when you make your commentary debut. Imagine how I felt, eh? At Snetterton last season, as Deeks crosses the line and goes P8. Welshie up in 6th, good qualifying lap from him so far. One I am impressed with is Dean Wasocki. As we go to Welshie and he's on the grass. Well done, you couldn't have timed that better, Mazda, you couldn't. As he comes towards Oggies. I tell you what, I think that second corner has changed name, because the sign on the game says Montreal, but according to the website says Wilson, so maybe a change in name there then. Let's stay on board Welshie. The Scotsman. Powering down the Bentley straight. 3.2 down on his time, but as we know, he was on the grass for a while. In a nice purple and white livery there, Mazda. I'm sure you'd appreciate that one, being a lover of pink and purple.
Oh, that would be the livery I would choose any day of the week.
For those who wasn't aware, Welshie, the father of Keegs in Group A, came into this halfway through. Keegs must have begged his dad to come on. And I'll tell you what, his dad does a far better job, if you ask me. As he crosses the line, he's going to be down on his lap time. We know Kieran only has a 9/10 gap from Rebby. Still Dean Wasocki only a second and a half off in 3rd place. That's a good time from Dean Wasocki in these cars. Rear happy, you know, there are a lot on the rear end. Not easy to drive these ones, Mazda, so the fact that Dean is up there is testament to what he's been doing.
Quite hard.
And this is what we go back to our earlier conversation about them developing these drivers. Dean, a second and a half off pole position, is testament to where he's came from, especially in this car.
Oh, definitely.
Second up is Welshie this time round. Deeks has gone 3rd now, knocked Dean Wasocki down to 4th place. I'm glad you've got the splits time on the bottom of my screen, because I wouldn't have been able to make that out. So Deeks is now in 2nd, 2/10 clear of Dean Wasocki. Then Gary says, not easy to drive, question mark, question mark. Well, you don't count for these, Gary. We're not counting you. You're too far in front in these, so you're not allowed to be counted. It's like nobody really counts AMH in the touring cars because it's too far in front. Unless you hit him off, Gary, of course. It wouldn't be a Wednesday night without ripping into Gary. I missed it last week, I really did. Welshie 2.9 up. Where would that put him? It'd put him in a good improvement. Might put him in the mix for the mid-pack. It's not going to be a lap time to challenge for pole position, that's for sure. But it would put him mid-pack nevertheless. I tell you what, with Kieran missing next week, even if he can extend that championship lead, Mazda, to 37 points, if Deeks gets a clean sweep next week, a win, a pole and a fastest lap, to put them to level points going into the final race, wow. How's your nerve going into that one? Do you know what I mean?
You'd just be on edge, wouldn't you?
You would. Welshie crosses the line any time now, and as he does so, goes P6. 4.7 seconds quicker on his lap time, 2.7 off the pace at the moment. So it's 2/10 slower than Peaceful Explosion, and about 1.3 off the pace of Dean Wasocki. Alfie and Don in the pits, so they're done for this time round. So where is Kieran and Deeks? The two that can really win challenge for the title. Kieran's on the Bentley straight. Where's Deeks? In the pits. So he's not going to gain pole position. So, upper hand, Kieran Argent at the moment. The man who's within 1% of an S licence.
Tell you what, his first lap time must have been a really good one.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have improved much from there. Maybe a 10th or 2 here and there. I think he did a mid-56 if I remember rightly, which would have still been good enough for pole position. Rebby 9/10 off. What can Dean Wasocki and Rebby do then? As qualifying is complete. A driver's coming down in front of Kieran to cross the line to finish his qualifying. He's finished. Didn't see nobody move on the timing screen, so whoever that is done. But Kieran, is he up on his time? No. So Kieran's done. Where's Rebby? Rebby, there is a car in front. That is Greeny or TMLS, I do believe. So what can Greeny or TMLS do? Greeny's gone P5. Rebby, oh, 6,000ths of a second. Where's Dean Wysocki then? Deke's in the pits. Dean Wysocki's just crossed the line. He's gone third. Oh, a 10th. Oh, heck of a lap from Rebby and Dean Wysocki. Peaceful's gone fourth. 9/10ths behind his teammate then. So Deeks has dropped to fifth. Pitting might not have been the best option, but he may have been down on his time. I think we're just waiting on Welsh, is it? Yeah, I do believe it's Welsh to finish as he crosses the line. Oh, he's messed the last corner up and round he goes. Oh, that's unfortunate. So it's going to be Kieran Argent who takes pole position. And I tell you what, Mazda, he may want to thank his lucky stars because Rebby and Dean were so close from taking it away from him.
They were, weren't they?
Gap then, up to 31 points at the moment. Kieran is 31 points ahead of Deeks, but misses next week. This is what you've got to remember in this title. So it's Kieran on pole, who is actually a lot slower than Rebby and Dean Wysocki. And that, look at them first sector times. Dean Wysocki and Rebby are a lot faster than Kieran Argent. It's then the rest of the lap where Kieran makes it up. But anyway, it's Kieran from Rebby, Dean Wysocki, Holty fourth, Peaceful fifth. The main championship challenger to Kieran in Deeks is down in sixth place. But we know he can. We know he's a man who can come back. Greeny 7th, Welshie 8th, Don 9th, Alfie 10th, TMLS 11th, Smithy 12th, and Swimfins 14th. Get your predictions in on who you think is going to win the race. I hate these, says TMLS. Down in 11th on the grid.
I would like to say just because of last race.
Yeah, 100%.
It all happened. You know what these are like on the power. You get on a loud bottle of it, and that's it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is it. It's lights out and away we go here, and Kieran has got an absolute blinding start compared to the others. Dean Wysocki up into second place with Holty following right behind, and can Peaceful get in front to help Kieran get away? Keep your eye on sixth place Deeks. That's the one we need to really watch. That's a car
There's
off.
a crash in the back.
That looks like Deeks is down. He's dropping down the order. So the main challenge is 12th. He's got to do another comeback drive here then. Holty up into P3 at the moment, trailing Dean Wysocki, and Kieran Argent just in front. I tell you what, Dean's having a solid night by the GT5s. He's been up there in all of these. I know he finished mid-pack Cleos, but he was racing up the top sharp end of the grid. Peaceful will want to pass Holty and Deeks and maybe let his teammate stretch his legs a bit just to keep the gap in the championship. With Deeks down in 10th, that's only going to score him 11 points, while Kieran will score 35, so the gap will increase 24 points, which should put Kieran well in the lead. Missing next week, it will still go to Brands Hatch GP on the final race of the season. But this is what Kieran would have been wanting to start with. Only 7 seconds behind his Deeks, as here's Peaceful Explosion in the slipstream of Holty. He pulls out now. Is he going to look down the left hand of Brundle into Nelson, the right hander just after?
That's going to be a brave move.
Here he comes, brave in these cars indeed, Mazda. Holty keeps his position, and I think Peaceful was probably better for that, but Holty clipped the sausage curb, and Peaceful will have the run, and Peaceful goes into P3, and that's one done in the challenge of helping his teammate here. I tell you what though, Mazda, Dean is not letting Kieran get out his sight. 7/10ths is that gap, and Dean Wysocki is not letting Kieran get away. He might be now as he touches the sausage curb, as the cameraman wants to pick up Welshie. Zooms in on the sausage curb and now picks up Dean Wysocki. He's dropped about 7/10ths as he clipped the sausage curb coming around the final corner there, Mazda. But I was just saying that Dean wasn't letting Kieran get away.
Yes, make commentary curse.
Definitely. Deeks down in P10, so he's lost a couple of places again. What can he do with Smithy? That is... No, it's TMLS behind him. He's back up to P9 now. We've got Welshie in front, then Don. Just there, look. There's the two in front. That'll take him P7. P7.
Another place gained. The Don spins.
He has spanned. Great spot there, Mazda. So that's 8th for him at the moment. 14 points. So he's going to lose out 21 points at the moment to Kieran. You're good at this, aren't you? Spotting the other bits. I like this. Holty's 5th. Holty's lost out to Rebby, so has Holty made a mistake, but let's stay with Deeks for just a second. Kieran's pulled the gap out even bigger to Dean Wasocki. No, you're fine.
Shocking.
You're fine. No, you're fine. Kieran has pulled the gap out, back to the battle. Look at the battle in front between Holty Greeny and Rebby. Deeks is round. He's not going to lose a place. He's too far in front, but he was on the back of Welchie. Let's go to this battle in front then. So it's Rebby, the car in front, Holty in the middle, the green car you see on screen with Greeny just behind. We've lost a driver. We've lost Alfie. In fact, we've lost 2 drivers in this. We've also lost Don. So Don and Alfie have gone. Holty's made the move on Rebby, but has ran wide at Nelson, and that's going to allow Rebby back into 3rd. Does Greeny get 4th? Yes, he does. So Holty down in 6th place now. There's Welshie in the background. Deeks would have been right behind him, if not in front by now, but he made the mistake. He's just got to find the 3 seconds. Peaceful Explosion is 2 seconds behind Dean Wasocki, who is 2.7 behind Kieran Argent. Now then, Deeks sits 8th. There's only 11 finishers at the moment in this race. So last place, Swimfins will gain 10 points. Here on board with Holty, look at this. You see the feet moving on and off the throttle onto the brakes as well. Nice smooth steering wheel there from Holty. Does he think about sending one on Greeny? No, not this time. Look at how steady they are on that throttle, Mazda.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Look at the steering as well. Just a little bit there, look. Nice and smooth.
Just want to point out, I'm sure we had 13 runners. We've now lost another car, I do believe. Trying to figure out who that is. Don's gone, Alfie's gone. We've also lost Smithy. Smithy is not there now.
Yep.
So we've lost Smithy as well. So Swimfins will gain a top 10 here, giving him a minimum of 11 points. And Holty looked very smooth on the wheel, but also very cautious on the accelerator. And he's not really catching anybody. Here's Peaceful Explosion. He's caught up to the back of Dean Wasocki. The gap's now 0.8 of a second. Could be a second.
In the distance.
Yeah, he's just gone.
I don't know, facing his own.
And this is what Deeks would have wanted in the last race, to just get out in front and go. With Kieran missing that week, we keep saying how crucial it is to miss a week. With Kieran missing that week, he's going to still... With this, he's going to gain more points than anything, because Deeks is down in 8th place. This is why, even though I was on holiday last week, I still raced the Clios, because I knew if I didn't, Gary would be too far in front. As it is, Gary is only 4 points in front. Very cautious round here, Mazda, in these cars. They don't seem to be pushing it. We've lost another runner. We've lost Deeks. Deeks is gone.
Oh no.
Is that championship done for Kieran Argent? Not done in that way, but in the sense of the fact that he cannot now be catched by Deeks in this race. Is that championship done? Deeks will have a lot of work to do in the final 2 rounds. So with Deeks not scoring a single point here, Kieran is going to gain massively. So Deeks has gone from this race. Smithy's gone from this race. Alfie's gone from this race. Don's gone from this race. Absolutely incredible. What was a 13 car grid? We're down to 9 runners. Swimfin's in the top 9. That's brilliant for him. He's going to score 12 points. That's good points for the team. Shame Alfie isn't there to back him up with points. So 9 runners, and the main championship contender is scoring nothing. 0. Not what he would have wanted. Also, not what H&D Motorsport would have wanted in the Constructors' Championship. For Tin Top Tourers, they're sitting 1st and 3rd as Peaceful, lucky not to lose the rear end there. And Dean Wasocki will just gap him a bit. The gap now 1.5 seconds. The gap to Greeny behind 2.6 seconds. Here is Holty on the back of Greeny. Pulls out, looks for the slipstream. Rebby's gone from this little battle here. Oh no, Rebby's actually dropped behind these two. So I wonder where Rebby's made a mistake then. Because Rebby was in front of these two. That's Peaceful Explosion. These guys are catching in front. So this could be interesting at the end with 2.5 minutes left. Typical of the Janetta Juniors to be a bit tame.
Yeah, I think they were a bit scared to put the power down, you know. You know what it's like on the corner and that. put the power down too early, he goes doing donuts.
Oh,
Like
and Greeny a bit too much of the
Great
sausage
save.
curb. Brilliant save from him, but Holty's going to have the run as they go side by side. Is Rebby behind, also going to follow through. The gap after this race up for grabs will be 74 points. That's what Kieran needs to be in front. We'll do the maths in a minute. Kieran obviously misses a week, but if Kieran ends up somehow 75 points clear, he's won the title, regardless.
Oh!
And who's that? Holty across the grass. Will he have to give the place back? Doesn't look to be at the moment. I tell you what, a shout out to Dean Wysocki here, because these guys aren't easy, and he stayed second all the race. Good drive from him. Cracking drive from him.
Certainly is.
Greeny has passed Holty, so Holty may have had a slow down and let Greeny back
Now
through.
look at this, Rebby's allowed to catch up with these two.
Indeed he is. Dean and Peaceful still close, but not close enough, and Kieran, the gap's come down slightly to Kieran, but he can afford to cruise with a minute left on the clock. We may just get one lap in. Kieran will be wanting the checkered flag to be waved as he crosses the line this time round, but we may get one lap in. I remember a race last year at Snetterton. I think Gary was leading. I think he may have been the Porsches. I think Swimfin's the back marker had just span at the chicane we're coming up to now, and Gary caught the back of him, which allowed Tyler to gain onto the back, and it was brilliant to watch. We've had no back markers here today so far as Greeny goes defensive. Good racing from these three in these cars, Mazda.
Oh, it certainly is, isn't it? Look, they're showing respect, you know, they know if someone's there, so yeah, beautiful racing.
Brilliant racing indeed. And don't forget, for these guys, it's about getting, you know, good points overall.
Having a look on the outside.
Rebby is having a
That's
look.
a brave move to try there.
It is, and we're not going to see it because for some reason the camera wants to pick
just-
Welsh up. And now we're back with Holty. That's not Mazda doing that, that's the camera glitching out. Rebby didn't get the move done, Mazda. And look at the slipstream. Holty on Greeny and Rebby on Holty, they touch and Holty gets shoved up the inside. Greeny's off. They're both drifting on the grass. Where's Rebby in all of this? Greeny saved it well, but Holty's facing the wrong way. There's Welsh. He gains a place on Holty there then. And somehow Rebby kept the car going and Greeny, and they're still with each other on track. No need to worry for Holty from TMLS behind, he's too far backwards. There is Rebby, a bit of a lag there from Rebby. We've seen him lagging previous. Oh, that's Dean off! And all his good work has come undone on the last lap as Peaceful takes him. A mistake from Dean, and Peaceful will make it a tin top tour as 1-2 here. Absolute Dean again, just probably overdriving the car. Can Dean get a move done by the time we get down to the final corner? I'm not so sure about that. I don't think he is. He's too far back, isn't he? Just that one little mistake has cost Dean a second place here. But Peaceful looks like he's ran a bit wide. Oh, and Dean's too heavy on the loud pedal. No pressure from Rebby behind, so Peaceful will take probably a second place. Dean's going to take a third with the looks of things, but where's Kieran Argent? Camera's going to pick him up any time now. Here he is, a flash of the lights. He needed this one. We'll work the points out with Deeks not scoring, but Kieran takes it from Peaceful Explosion. Flash of the lights from you, well done to you, young sir. Dean Wysocki's going to take a third. A good solid result for Dean Mazda.
That is a very good solid.
I know he'd have wanted the second, but a good solid result for him. Rebby is going to come home fourth. Greeny will take fifth. From Holty, who has passed Welshie, so Holty will take sixth. Welshie seventh, with TMLS eighth. And Swimfins will bring up the rear, or already has brought up the rear, I do believe, in ninth. So we wait for fastest lap. And let me tell you now, if Kieran has fastest lap, oh, he won't have done it. If Kieran has fastest lap, he will be 67 points in the lead, with 74, I do believe, to play for. Let me just double check that and confirm as we wait for TMLS to finish. Yeah, So 74 to play for. He'll lead by 67 if he has fastest lap. If not, he'll lead by 66 nonetheless. TMLS comes home P9. Swimfins, is he done? Are we still waiting on Swimfins? No, we're still waiting on Swimfins. So while we wait on Swimfins, let's catch up with some comments. Smithy says me. Where you gone? Smithy and Don says Gary. And Kieran says a big get in. And rightly so, Kieran. You can be happy with that. We had you in last time, so we'll get Peaceful in for an interview this time round. In fact, let's get Peaceful in now while we wait for Swimfins. So we're getting Peaceful Explosion in at the moment. Kieran has said he's an S-Class. So well done. He's not only took a race win, he's also an S-Class. He's not quite an S-Class veteran yet, but an S-Class nonetheless as Swimfins. This cameraman, I don't know what he's been drinking today.
Right,
Swimfins is going to cross the line now to bring up the rear. Peaceful, just bear with us 2 seconds, mate. We're going to get the fastest lap and then we'll be with you. So Swimfins brings up the rear in 9th. And fastest lap of the race, Kieran. So a clean sweep for him. So Mazda Kieran will lead this championship by 67 points with 74 left to play for. But misses next week. Peaceful, you must be happy with your team 1-2 there.
Yeah, definitely. It's unlucky for Dean. He put it sideways in the last couple of laps on a few corners, which let me gain, but we was effectively running at similar times and similar speeds, to be fair. But yeah, Kieran, hats off. He's on this championship this season.
Yeah, all you can do to try and help your teammate next week while he's not there, is it trying to beat the other boys to not let Deeks and that score as many points?
Yeah, I think so. I'm effectively a blocker now. There's no chance of me in it, so I need as many points as I can, but obviously it's Kieran's rear gunner for this, without a doubt.
Yeah. You know, you've had a bit of a... You've been in the mid-pack most of the night. I don't want to say you've had a poor night, but you've not been sort of up there as we've seen you in these first couple of races. Finally, the time to shine in this one.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the track, to be honest. I have a lot of issues with it. I keep stepping the back end out too much or getting on the power too early, and yeah, I can't say it's my favourite track. And I've been involved in a few issues, so we'll see.
Must be nice as well. You're leading by 97 points in the Constructors' Championship with your teammates. So that's another good step there. You're still in it though in the Porsches and in the touring cars. Only 17 points behind in touring cars, only 12 points behind in Porsches. Like you say, it's not your favourite track, but you're going to go for it and hopefully take the fight.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to, regardless of whether it's your favourite track or not, you've got to go out guns blazing if you're that close. So we'll see how we'll get on. With Kieran missing next week, it gives me a bit of an advantage because I know he's one of the rivals in these. So
yeah,
we'll see how we go.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the evening, buddy, and wish you all the best.
Cheers. I'll see you later.
See you later, bud.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
So like he says there then, Mazda, he's a sort of a rear gunner for Kieran next week. With Kieran not scoring points next week, let me just go down. So 74 points up for grabs. Only Deeks can catch Kieran. So even if only if Deeks takes a clean sweep over Kieran next week, which he could do, 37 points, the gap will be 30 points going into the final round of the season. That's a heck of a gap. Kieran has got a comfortable gap at the moment going into the final race of the season in the GT4 so far.
That is nice, cushy gap, isn't it, to have?
You've got to feel optimistic now. Even though you're missing next week, you can sort of breathe a sigh of relief and be a bit cool and calm about the whole situation, can't you, really?
Yeah, you can. Like you say, it's I think it's played out nice that Deeks didn't finish that race.
Definitely. We are. We have lost Don, who isn't appearing as online anymore neither. So we're not sure. We've lost Don, and he's a title challenger in this. Gary in the comments says some bloke from the Sutty Send It corner at Sugo on the camera on the last bend tonight. I think you're right there, Gary, because every time you picked that corner and you did the cameras, you were a bit... he'd had one too many drinks that night as well. So the Don's not here. And that's not what he wants. He's only 21 points behind in this championship. Now, the points differ in this one. I'll run over to my notebook. I'm back and forth in this living room like mad tonight. First place only scores 20 points. You only get 22 maximum in this one. So with 3 rounds left, while we wait for this to load, let me do my calculations.
Don't worry yourself, please, mate.
Well, I can do it anyway. It's 33 points. 22. It's 66 points. Sorry, not 33. 66 points. I don't need the calculator for that. But I'm just double checking. So 66 points. So anybody down to 12th in this championship can mathematically still win this. That's how tight this Porsche is. I said it was tight. It's that tight. It's Deeks who leads the way. 2 points ahead of Greeny. And Greeny's had a good season in these. Then Kieran third, only 6 points behind. Kieran must kick himself for missing next week. So close in the Clios. So close in these. He's got to be angry. Holty's then fourth. 8 points behind his teammate. Oh, I wouldn't want to be in that team at the moment if I was them. Peaceful's fifth, 12 points behind. Rebby's sixth, 14 points behind. Don, who's not here and has 8 minutes to get here, hopefully, can get on because he's only 21 points behind. So it's still possible for him. Dean Wasoki's only 29 behind, so he can still win this title. As can Lil Trev, who's not here. Alfie can still win it. He's on 52 behind. TMLS can still win the title. He's 59 behind. That one's not as likely, with only 66 to play for, but it's still mathematically possible. Big Boy Brazier, not here, is 66 points behind exactly. Swimfin's then 67 behind. Welshie is 21. Smithy is 50. Welshie is 67 behind, tied with Swimfin's on 21 points altogether. Smithy's on 20 points and BTC Reed on 11. As for the constructors, it's H&D Motorsport who lead the way from Tin Top Tourers. You can see the 2 standout teams here, can't you, in the constructors?
Yes.
Either H&D or Tin Top. They've led the way in pretty much all. Wiggle Wiggle Racing third, with Team Wacky Sakid fourth. K&G Racing fifth. Register Racing sixth. AJ Motorsport seventh. And Hard Compound Racing bringing up the rear. Let's go on board Greeny for a lap of qualifying, as he is the man in second place in the title as he lets Deeks through there. That's Dean Wasaki still in the pits. What's his tactic?
Same again, but he's leaving a bit late.
He is leaving it late because the leaders are coming round and he's going to be in their way, so he'll be told to move out the way. Dean Wasaki will want pole. May have gone for a quick smoke break if it's Dean.
And he's leaving the pits now. Oh, this could be interesting.
He's going to have to stay out the way of the leaders as Greeny, a bit sideways coming through. He's just simply got to get out the way.
I like it. I like that.
Don's in.
Back.
So the Don is in. Championship on. Even better, even more excited. Dean, stay out the way, stay out the way, stay out. He does well there as Greeny goes through turn 1 and comes down towards the hairpin at turn 2, which has had a name change apparently, which I wasn't realised. It says Montreal there, it doesn't say it on the website. And that is the touring car website at that, which is normally accurate. So as we can see then, he's coming round to turn 3, which is the quick left-hander of Palmer, before we head down the short straight towards Agostini. Just a bit on the grass here, that's not going to give him the best traction down this corner. Down towards Agostini we go, hard on the brakes. Turn in, gear 2, keep it light on the throttle, now flat out on the exit of the corner. And even shorter straight as we go down towards Hamilton. TMS is in the pits. Through Hamilton we go, he's a bit on the grass there, not going to get the good run out the corner as we turn into the right-hander of Oggies. Before we head down to Williams, it's kind of like one long corner this, without it being the one. Oggies into Williams, onto the Bentley straight we go. That's Deeks in front, who just got a poor wide exit there to the Bentley straight. We're heading down towards Brundle and Nelson. Touch wood here. We don't have spinners.
Nobody's catching.
Through the bridge, catching Deeks definitely. Did Deeks have a slowdown penalty? He didn't want it to ruin his next lap time. On the brakes, just over the curb slightly. That's not bad for him. That's not going to affect really too much. Through the bomb hole. You've got to be careful how you say that one. Through the bomb hole and into Coram we go. Heading down towards the final corner of Murray's then. Before we go down the centre straight, lap times will start to come in thick and fast. So Dean's going to get a lap less than all of these guys, and Don's going to probably get about the same time as Dean. So Rebby puts it on pole now. Peaceful puts it on pole 9 tenths quicker. Deeks goes third, only 9 tenths behind. Greeny goes second, half a second slower. So then, where's Kieran Argent going to put it on his first timed lap? 6 points behind. Puts it on pole, half a second quicker at the moment. TMLS is 6th. Holty's now gone 6th. There's that many people that can be... Pole position could really help here. Where's Alfie? Has he set a time yet? Can we go jump on board Alfie? Coming round the final corner now, so he's going to set a time any time now. What's it going to be from the young man? Only 7th at the minute. Smithy in 6th. Deeks has gone up to 5th. So then we wait for Don and Dean, the other 2 title challengers, as Alfie loses the rear at turn 1. We wait for the other 2 title challengers in Don and Dean, who are going to set laps a bit later. Just to let you know, Mazda, Kieran said in the chat a minute ago that he needs 8th or higher at Brands to win the title. There was only 9 finishes in that last race, so that may not be too hard if there's only 9 finishes again at Brands.
Yeah.
That may not be too difficult. Dean and Don, 2 to set a time. Dean's 21 points behind in this championship. No, 29 points behind this championship. Don is 21 points behind this championship. Every point at this stage of the season will matter. We're at the crunch end of the season, where it really, really needs to get down to it. We've had some great motorsport here tonight.
You certainly have. The racing has been fun. Peaceful's gone quickest.
Good spot, 7/10 quicker. Deeks has just gone 2nd, 4/10 behind Peaceful Explosion. The top 4 separated by 7/10. Holty's in the pits. Down in 10th place, Holty's in the pits. Got to come out of the pits soon, because otherwise he's not going to get another lap time in. Here is Dean Wasaki. What's his first lap going to be? Holty, you can hear coming out the pits as Dean crosses the line. Only 9th for him. Where's the Don going to go?
He's still on a
Oh,
lap.
he's still on a lap. Nowhere near yet. So Holty's got to get a wiggle on. Dean really needs to get a wiggle on. TMLS can technically win this. He's got to get a wiggle on. So does Alfie. Peaceful Explosion, only 12 points. Revy has gone 3rd. Good spot. Peaceful Explosion, who can still win this, only sits 12 points off. Peaceful only 12 points off the title lead of Deeks. Will take that extra point at the moment. Crucial, all these points, Mazda.
It certainly is.
Back and forth the living room to the PC to the book with the points. Check the phone for any...
Holty got an invalid lap, so that must be the next and current.
So that must be why he's pitted and come back out then to get rid of that. He will only probably get 1 shot at it though, Mazda. So he could mess himself up. Peaceful is going to get a nice toe off of Rebby, which is the car in front. Has the Don said a lap time? Not just yet. TMLS has gone 9th ahead of Dean Wasaki. Oh, Peaceful's gone a bit wide there. That's going to hurt his time. Rebby will cross the line just before. If Rebby's found 7/10, and that'll put him provisional pole. He's crossed the line and gone 2nd, only found 6/10. So where's Deeks? Deeks has just gone 2nd, 8,000. Greeny's gone quickest. The man 2 points behind Deeks in the championship is going to halve his deficit here if it can stay like this. Where's Kieran Argent?
He's got a lap time invalid as well.
Right, so Kieran with a lap invalid. Where's Dean? Where's Alfie? Is he on track with a lap? He is. He's coming down the Bentley straight. Let's see what Alfie can do here. Car a bit mushed up. We've seen him spin it at turn 1 a while ago. Is he up on his time as he comes through the 2nd sector? I am absolutely sweltering doing this commentary here tonight. I didn't see if he was up. I don't know if you caught if he was up there, Mazda.
No, I couldn't see it. Wait.
No, maybe
Kieran
on there.
another lap time invalid.
Oh, that's not what you want when you want to try and gain as many points. He's only 6 behind, but we keep saying Almighty misses next week. Every point's going to matter to him in this race. Don up into 9th. Dean Wasaki has gone 6th. Only 1.6 off that. Does Alfie improve this time round? Holty's down in 12th. 1 minute remaining on the clock. Alfie will start his final lap now. No improvement from him. Where is Holty? Halfway through his lap. Peaceful needs to find 2/10 from somewhere. Was that Kieran or was that Peaceful behind Holty there? Saw him in the distance. Well, no, they're both there. Must have been someone else. Smithy and Alfie in the pit, so Alfie's done. So Alfie, who sits 52 points behind, had an outside chance of the title. That's probably going to be gone today as the points will go down to 44. 66 points on the table at the moment. It's now down to 63. Deeks does go second, but it's not the point he'd have needed from Greeny.
Yeah,
The deficit
one lap left.
will still be half. Was that Greeny round there, Mazda? No, it may have been TMLS.
He's
Greeny.
got another lap as well.
Yeah, so it's all guns blazing here. Don's in the pit, so he's only going to settle for 9th. So we've got Greeny, we've got Deeks, we've got Peaceful, we've got Rebby, we've got Kieran. Dean's in for the title. Welshie isn't, but he's still at 7th at the moment. Holt is still on track, he's up for the title. Qualifying's done, there is a car. Who's that in the pits? Kieran's in the pits. Holt is about to finish. Can he improve on P12?
7th.
He goes 7th. It's not good enough there. Where's Dean Wasocki? He's in the pits in 6th. So that's not good enough. So it is a top 4 shootout. First car on track. Deeks is off. That's not going to give him pole position. He's pitted. There's Greeny. He's ran wide. Where's Peaceful on track? There's Peaceful. Peaceful's the last car to do a lap time. Is Welshie, I think, still out? I think Welshie was the first car, wasn't he? No, Welshie's done. Is it Swimfins then?
Deeks is done.
Swimfin's on track. Yeah, that was Swimfins then, who's on his final lap.
Down.
Yeah, he's in the wrong livery as well. Oh well. Not to worry. So then it will be Greeny. There he is on your screen at the minute.
4th, 10th.
He's got to get enough time to gain on Peaceful because Peaceful's on a flyer as well. Who's that just gone into the pits? It's Peaceful.
Done. Peaceful's done.
So it's only Swimfins and Greeny on a flying lap, and Swimfins was 3 seconds down. So the gap has been halved. Greeny to Deeks. Advantage Greeny at the moment.
That's it. Get the victory in for good measure.
Yeah, just doubly make sure. But it will be Greeny who takes the extra point at the moment.
Look how close 2nd and 3rd are.
So it's Greeny from Deeks, from Peaceful Explosion. Rebby 4th, Kieran 5th, Dean Wasocki 6th. The S licence Kieran Argent, by the way. Holty 7th, Welshie 8th, Smithy 9th, Don Productions 10th, Alfie 11th, TMLS 12th, and Swimfins 13th. Title on the line, and the leader hasn't pulled away any, so that's what the boys will be wanting, Mazda.
Yes,
But
that is good.
nobody's improved other than Greeny, who's cut the deficit by half. Like I say, 25 points, 20 points for a race win. So we're here in the British Touring Car Chat Porsche Carrera Cup. The lights are on. It's go here at Snetterton, and what a launch from Greeny. Deeks gets away well as well. In fact, Deeks looks like he gets a better second phase. He looks right, he looks back left, can't get the move done. Who's that round the outside? Peaceful Explosion, thank you very much, you two. Sees you in a bit, he says. That's Kieran on the grass. Dean Wasocki run up in 5th place. That's Deeks who sent it on Greeny. He's gone a bit deep. Can he get the throttle down?
No.
Deany goes to defend, and Deeks is on the grass. Keeps it going. Kieran has passed him for 3rd, and hopefully they're all through okay yet. Dean Wasocki still there. Then there's Rebby, then Welshie and Smithy run 7th, Don 9th, Alfie 10th, TMLS 11th, Swimfins 12th, and Holty's down in last and well behind on the track map. So not sure what happens there, and that's who's last. Kieran who's sideways, and Dean will be inside of Deeks. For good measure, thank you. I'll take 3rd place, says Dean Wasocki. I'll tell you what. That's a move Sutty would be proud of as Deeks into the rear of Dean, and Dean loses it. Can he keep it? No. Touches who's that he's touched. It's Welshie round.
Kieran's there as well.
Oh, it's mayhem. Dean and Deeks sort of ran Dean in the rear under braking. But Peaceful leads half a second from Greeny. Deeks 3rd, the championship leader, currently 3rd. He's going to lose out on points out to Greeny at the moment, so we could have a new championship leader on our hands by the end of tonight. Rebby's in 4th, Smithy having a fantastic race in 5th. Don and Alfie's come from back of the grid. As I say that, Smithy's round. Curse of the commentator or what? I comment on Smithy, how well he's done, and he's dropped to 8th. Don and Alfie, though, from the back of the grid up to 5th and 6th. Fantastic getaway from them two. Good, clean first lap. Dean's back up to 7th. Kieran's currently in 9th. That's not how he would have wanted it. Holty's back up into 10th. Welshie down to 12th after his incident, after collecting Dean, as Dean span and kind of rejoined us on a half spin. Here is Don then, he's behind his teammate. That's Alfie who's gone off. Not sure what happened to Alfie there, but he was off on the grass, slowly rejoining, and Don's going 5th, Mazda.
Yes, mate.
Also, just to notice, Rebby is gaining on Deeks. So at the moment, championship leader in a bit of bother. Here is Rebby, there is Deeks. And he's just put a wheel on the grass, is he there? He's kept it together nicely. So hopefully... Stay clean, yeah, lovely. Rebby on the power now. Gets it flat to the floor on the exit of the corner. Peaceful's gone though, Mazda, at the moment. 1.5 up the road.
I don't know. Greeny.
Peaceful's 2 seconds quick, 1.5 seconds quicker last lap. Although Greeny is gaining on Peaceful. So has Peaceful had a bad run out of corner? The gap now down to 7/10. You guessed it right, not me. You've got it, Mazda. You know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. And here comes Greeny. Smooth on the wheel. Through Brundle and Nelson. Just runs a bit wide. That's probably going to be a slowdown. Do you take it? Do you not? Do you gamble on the penalty and hope it pays off? What do you do, Mazda?
I'd gamble. Go for it.
Championship leader sat behind you though. Peaceful is... what? Peaceful's 11 points behind you, and the championship leader is behind you on track at the moment. Peaceful's only going to gain 3 points. Looks like he's not going to get a time penalty though, to be honest, as Rebby gaining onto the back of Deeks. Don is behind Rebby, we can't see him in the camera. He's way down the straight. Alfie 6th, Dean 7th at the moment. Kieran's only made it back up to 9th.
Yeah, just Rebby.
Gap back to us 1.7 seconds. So did Greeny actually take the slowdown, Mazda? As Deeks looks like he's ran deep, but Rebby's bounced over the sausage curb. It's not what Rebby's going to have wanted there. He's going to want to get on the back of this man. Smithy in the chat, cheers KJ, you absolute legend. So not sure what has happened there, but Smithy is last. So not sure what happened there. As Kieran and Smithy had coming together on track. Kieran's up to 8th now, he's past TMLS. Dean's past Alfie to get into the top 6. Oh, Deeks has ran wide. Can Rebby take advantage of that? No, he can't, he's too far back at the moment. This is where the part of the track, look at the time between Greeny and Peaceful come down. This is where Greeny really catches Peaceful. But it's these two we're all looking at the moment. Half a second separate these two. Deeks from Rebby, the gap just slightly increased a little bit on the exit to that corner. Does Rebby have the slipstream? Possibly not, because still going up. Anybody's championship at the moment, and Deeks just kind of gets a bit too much on the curb. Both around the corner as well, though. I will have to try and get Deeks in for a chat. Oh, that's Holty off in the background there. Onto the Bentley straight. There's Kieran Argent. He's trying to pass Alfie for 7th place. This is. Holty's not had a good night in these Porsches, Mazda.
No, he's not, has he?
Not had a good night in these Porsches. Smithy over 1 minute 22 behind.
Greeny. God, go back up to a second.
He has. Did Peaceful make a mistake there? Because he looked like he cut to the right of the track and then back to the left. Gap down to 7/10. And look how much Greeny closes under braking here. Peaceful a bit loud on the pedal. Oh, and he's gone up a bit. Oh, and he's blocked Greeny and they touch. Greeny keeps going. Does Peaceful? No, he's off. He's off. And he has to let Deeks and Rebby through. Does Don get to pass him? Can Dean pass him? I don't think they can. I think they're too far behind. There's Peaceful. There's Don in your shot now.
Don.
But that may have done Peaceful's tyres the world... well, no good at all, should I say, sorry. We're down to 12 runners. We've lost 1. Who have we lost? Just trying to have a look up and down the grid.
Greeny, Deeks, Rebby.
Rebby, Peaceful, Don, Dean, Alfie, Kieran, TMLS. Oh, as Deeks gets on the grass and Rebby's going to put one up the inside, is he? No, thinks better of it. Something's Welsh. There is one in the pits. Can't quite see who that is at the moment. Out of all the drivers on track, it's Holty. We've lost Holty. Holty has retired from the race. So for Holty at the moment, he's 8 points behind. He'll still be in the title hunt. Just not as easy for him now. Not the championship night he'd have wanted. And he can't help his teammate out, who is currently sitting second. But he's under pressure, under an enormous amount of pressure. I tell you what, I've been looking at the times on the side of the screen, Mazda. Dean Wasocki is slowly chipping away at Don Productions' lap times here. Slowly chipping away at the gap.
He is, isn't he?
As they are about to come and lap Smithy is Greeny. He's 5.5 seconds up the road. I don't think he's going to be touched. Don up to 4th now, and Dean Wasocki 5th. So Peaceful has dropped to 6th. Don't know what's happened to Peaceful, Mazda, but Don and Dean have passed him. And they're well up the road. Don Peaceful must have had another spin, because he is... Oh, he's gone from 1st to 6th in the space of a lap. What has gone off there? Kieran has just passed Alfie for 7th place. All these guys slim for the title hunt. This will help Dean and Don no end. Dean 29 behind, Don 21 behind. But the gap's going to be increased to them two, because they're still behind Deeks. And they're behind Greeny. They need to be in front of these guys. Kieran's ran deep, and Alfie's going to look to get the cutback. That's a good move from Alfie. But Kieran's kept it there. How's he managed that? That was a good move from Alfie, I thought, but Kieran's kept it.
Well, they do say that, don't they? Sometimes you get your car in straighter quicker. You can put the power down.
100%. Smithy is about to be lapped, as is Swimfin, so hopefully the back markers can stay out of the way, as Alfie's made a mistake there. There is Greeny, 6.3 up the road, but Don and Dean need to slowly catch Rebby and Deeks. Greeny will inherit the championship lead. There's nothing you can do about that. Oh, that's Smithy round. That's going to help Greeny here. Swimfin stay to the left. He does so that's good from the back markers. I know one span, but the other one stays out the way nicely there. Look how smooth he is on the wheel. He can just cruise here with the last 6 minutes left, Mazda.
Oh, he can't he? Let's let the back markers keep out of the way.
Yep, 100% right.
Rebby and Deeks, oh, look at that.
Look at the gap here, really close indeed. The gap to Don behind is 8.5.
Could the back marker play a part? I do not know.
It will be interesting to see.
It's not going to be a place, look.
Swimfin, does he stay left? Yep, he's staying left. That's good from the back marker. And what that has allowed Deeks to do, with Swimfin staying to the left, is get a nice defensive line on Rebby there.
Yeah.
The gap behind 8.7. This a battle for second place. Rebby currently sits 14 points behind Deeks, so will want to pass him to gain on Deeks. He's not going to gain on Greeny, because Greeny's too far up the road. Dean and Don, that gap's down to 1.5 seconds. Roundabout, there or thereabouts, should I say. So Dean, like I say, Dean's been chipping away at Don's time here.
I think Alfie's got past Kieran.
He has got past Kieran on the exit of the hairpin, it looks like.
Oh, send it!
Alfie a bit later on the brakes. Alfie did leave the door open and Kieran took advantage of it. That was good racing there between them two. I tell you what, that was fantastic racing. And Kieran goes left and he goes right. Oh, Alfie a bit deep on the brakes, probably put the power down a bit too early, and that's allowed Kieran to get the cutback. How them two didn't touch there, I'll never know. But now these two are coming up to lap. Is it Smithy there coming up to lap, I do believe?
I think it is.
So they're coming up to lap Smithy. Dean, oh, Alfie's lost the rear. Such a good little battle for Alfie there. And he's lost the rear, trying to keep up and pass Kieran. Does that let Welshie through, or is he going again? That's Smithy off. Smithy not having a good night in these GT3 Porsches. The Don's had a problem. The Don's dropped to 6th, which is Gev Dean 4th. That'll help Dean in the championship, because it'll gain him a few more points. Not on the leaders, but it'll put him up there in the title a bit more from 8th, that's for sure.
Yeah, close.
Rebby and Deeks still. Rebby just can't find a way past, can he?
No, he can't.
Oh, he looked there. He was a bit too far back to look there. That was a bit optimistic. 3.5 minutes remain, so we're going to get a good 2 more laps at least, possibly including this one done. Nobody in the chat. Peaceful Explosion gaining on the back of Dean Wasocki. The Don now 4.3 seconds behind this pair. So not what the Don wanted, and I tell you what, Kieran's only 5 seconds behind Don Productions. Dean's just got to hold his nerve and not do what he did in the GT4 race and make a mistake to let Peaceful pass. Just race his race, take your lines, let Peaceful make the mistakes. You don't need to do them. Greeny, since Peaceful's made his mistake, Greeny has just gone into. Greeny's just got his head down and gone. Smithy has retired from the race. We've lost Smithy now. The gap to Rebby and Deeks. Still that 1 second between the pair of them. That was TMLS, I think they've just lapped there as well.
Peaceful's got past Dean.
Peaceful has passed Dean. Has Dean made a problem somewhere? Because Peaceful wasn't that close to him last time round. Is 2 seconds up the road from Dean. So that's not what Dean wants. Smithy not happy in the chat. 2 emojis to show how unhappy he is. How disgruntled he is as well. But nonetheless, as we head into the finale race tonight, the touring cars, Greeny, since Peaceful made his mistake and span, Greeny's just gone Mazda.
Yes, he has, hasn't he? Like I say, he's got no cars challenging him. He can just keep his head down and just race.
So Smithy's just put in the chat, elbows won't be in anymore. Not a happy chap. Not a happy chap. For Peaceful Explosion, and he's currently running P5. Backmarker stayed out the way there. Didn't quite see who the backmarker was there. He stayed out the way. Rebby must have had a problem because look at the gap between Rebby and Deeks.
Yeah.
So Deeks looks like he's going to inherit a second place as Rebby looks like he's messed up. So pressure off Deeks and the chance for him to really get away. Is Greeny going to take a clean sweep, fastest lap, pole position and race win? He's got the pole, he's got the race win. We'll find out about the fastest lap. Can't see Greeny making a mistake from here. There will be one more lap, but you just can't see him making a mistake, Mazda.
No, you can't. Like I say, he's got less than a minute now. He'll be what you know.
Oh, and as we say that,
wow,
he's gone off. He's got that much time. He can get back on and away. And the moment we speak about it, he's off at the corner. You can't write this stuff.
No, you can't, can we?
You cannot write it. Just goes to show how good a job he's done up until that last bit because he's got that big a gap. If that was the rookies we saw earlier with Dean and Kieran, or the Clio should I say, you'd have dropped from 1st to 5th.
I know, that race was just epic.
Best race of the night, I think, so far tonight.
It were, weren't it?
Typical. And this is what I'm going to miss about the Clio racing in the real life touring cars, you know. Just such good racing. Such good racing.
Yep, always is. A little argy-bargy, but good racing.
Yeah. Sad news to hear today that spectators won't be allowed to Donington Park for this weekend's season opener. But glad to see the touring cars finally get on track.
Yeah, it's nice to see them go on track, but you know, it's going to be sad to see the fans not there.
Yeah, obviously precautionary measures. We don't want the second wave of COVID and, you know, want to keep it as limited as possible. So I understand why it is just going to be a shame.
But, like I say, well, it's going to be a good weekend for racing.
Yep, the British Grand Prix. And the touring cars. And your league race on the Sunday night as well. And the Open Endurance Cup.
Good 3-hour race, you know, gonna be fun.
Indeed it will. Indeed it will. And for Greeny then he's round in the final couple of corners for the final time. A bit easier this time round indeed for Greeny. But he's going to inherit the race win. He's not going to inherit it. Well, he did inherit it because Peaceful made a mistake, but he's drove a sensible, clean race since then. And it's going to be Greeny who takes the race win.
No rush though. That's it. Job done.
Alfie somewhere has lost out to Welshie. But congratulations to Greeny as you cross the line. You're going to take the championship lead. Where's Deeks? Is Deeks going to come home in second? Yes, he is. So a good drive from you. You've lost the championship lead, but nonetheless, pressure still on. Rebby's going to come home and take a third place. Dean has repassed Peaceful Explosion. So we didn't see what's happened there, but where's Dean? Is he going to get fourth? That'll be a cracking result for him. He is. He's going to take fourth. What a result for Dean with a fourth place finish there. Peaceful Explosion's going to take fifth. From Kieran Argent, who's had a hard work in sixth place there. The Don is going to come home in seventh, so Dean managed to pass Don Productions. The Don's going to take a seventh with Welshie. He's going to come home eighth. He's not got Alfie near him at all, so he can cruise around this final part. He has got 22 seconds to Alfie, so he can cruise around this final part of the circuit for his 8th place while we wait for Welshie. Michael Matthews, I went wide second to last corner, nightmare, but we'll take the results. That's obviously how Dean got 4th in the end. So she's going to get 8th. Alfie's going to come home in 9th. I do believe the other guys have been lapped. We have TMLS 10th and Swimfins 11th. And as we wait for the fastest lap, Alfie's gone well off. Well off. So while Alfie comes round to finish, let's get Deeks in for an interview. So as Alfie's come across the line and finished, let's get Deeks in for an interview. Hopefully he can come in. Alfie doesn't get to finish, but we know he did. So who gains the fastest lap, Mazda? Let's have a look.
48.5 or 48.4.
Who's that? Peaceful? Yeah, Peaceful Explosion. So yeah, Peaceful gains the fastest lap. Fastio Lapio for him. As Deeks joins us now. Evening, mate.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad yourself?
Yeah, a bit up and down tonight. I'm very, very tired.
Talk us
You
through
need a
that.
lot of concentration, don't you, for this job?
You definitely do. I want to get to this race, but talk us through that clear race, because that was up and down all race with yourself.
Do you know what? I set off and I didn't have a bad start, but then I don't know who it was, but somebody got sideswiped in the middle, and I just got caught up in it all. So I ended up, I think I was 11th or 12th.
Yeah.
And then I was just got my head down and.
Yeah, and then you had the coming together with Dean.
Up. Yeah, to be fair, well, one with Dean, he pushed me around quite a bit. But the one where I hit him, I actually went up on the curb and I couldn't stop it. I was on two wheels.
It was talk us through that one as well, because that looked a good race for yourself. With Rebby battling a lot of the time.
Yeah, it was good actually. Yeah, I was making a couple of mistakes. He was quicker on some part of the circuit and I was quicker on other parts.
And then we didn't see what happened to him.
No, I don't know. I presume he spun off or something. He didn't come near me. He just disappeared. So.
All right. Good damage limitation though. Greenie in Eric's lead, only 2 points you are behind Greenie now in that championship with 2 races left.
Yeah, that's disappointing because I was winning it for all the season until the last race, I think. Yeah,
that's it. Word on your teammate tonight. Obviously, he's won the GT5 race. Pleased for your teammate?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think we've been a strong partnership, definitely.
Yeah, you're leading most of the championships. You also still lead the Clios.
Yeah.
So you've got to be looking forward to that. With Kieran not being there next week, that's your main championship rival. No, he's away next week on holiday, so that's your main championship rival not there. So you've got to be happy with the fact that you can pull away a bit.
Yeah, I think I've messed up on the Clios on the last couple of rounds, to be fair. So
head down and see what we can do.
Yeah, I need to just crack on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, best luck for the rest of the night, mate, and congratulations.
Brilliant. Thanks, boys, for doing it. Thank you, mate.
We've lost Smithy. Hopefully we can get Smithy back. Well done, Greenie says. Daniel Francis, Fastio Lapio says Peaceful Explosion. Ricky Holt, it's only letting me select Astra and nothing else. If it's only letting you select Astra, leave the session and come back in. That should let you select the right car. Mazda, we know Tyler, the league owner, let you race the Astra while I'm in the BMW, because obviously you didn't get to pick. BMW clearly the quickest car.
Oh yes, definitely in a straight line.
In this group, we've only got Welshie, Smithy, and Rebby in the BMW. So for you to be able to be in an Astra and a Mercedes in Group B, that's really going to help you.
Yes.
I think Kieran's left it as same car only, if you ask me, because everybody's in the Astra. So I think we're going to wait for an invite from Kieran. We'll just wait for confirmation through. So let's go through the Touring Car Cup. So Greeny inherits the lead on 2 points ahead of Deeks. Kieran's 15 behind. Rebby's 18 behind.
I've got an invite, pal.
Yep, invite from Kieran. So just bear with us 2 seconds while we just sort out his technical difficulties and we'll be back. Peaceful's 19 behind. Holty's 27 behind. Don's 31. Dean's 35. So now it's only the top 8 that can win the title. You know, 44 points on the cards. Dean's 35 behind. He's got a real outside chance. You're looking at anybody from probably Peaceful 19 behind upwards to win the title?
Yeah, I think you are.
Just waiting on the broadcast a bit ourselves. Has Kieran got it sorted? Let's check. Nope. Kieran, you've still not got it done. You need to change the thing from from identical to different class, because only the Opel Astra is on. So just having a few technical difficulties. Kieran has left the session again, and we'll be back. Yeah, clearly the BMW is fastest. You obviously in the Astra, the Mercedes, the Megane not allowed. The Mercedes obviously one of your other options. In Group B with there being 3 BMWs, can you really capitalise in the Astra?
I think you can. I think, you know, with this being a little bit of a more bendy, so the Astra will help with the brakes and the stability, but yeah, a good run in the BMW, in the Astra you're just a sitting duck.
Yeah, 100%. There we go. We're all on now. We just need mine and Mazda's race director and broadcaster. Broadcaster for me, Kieran, and race director for Mazda, please. And then we're ready to rock and roll.
Well, I can see why most of the Group B drivers have picked the Astra and the Mercedes.
Would that be up if you was with me from the beginning of the season? Would that have been your choice, the Astra?
I would have had to look at the tracks, see what tracks have been picked, and then go from there and do a little bit of private testing.
Yeah.
To see which car I preferred.
Okay, broadcaster.
I think because I've been chucked into it deep and I just can't drive that BMW, so
yeah. Which is unfortunate.
I could. It is, but I'm having fun in the Master myself, so I can't complain.
No, yeah, that's it. Did you know you can technically win the GT5s in Group A, by the way? You've got a slim chance. Did you know
that? Well, that is nice to know, but not a chance.
Oh, there's every chance, buddy. Don't you worry about that. Every chance. Yeah, I think it's top 10 throughout, isn't it? But obviously we've lost a few. We've lost a few people, haven't we? Throughout the season, we've lost Louis, Matt, and Rockets, Ben.
Yes.
Tyler hasn't been there. We're not sure what's happened with Tyler. Holty's leaving and joining like mad. Not sure what's going on for Holty.
Team. Up the launch racing.
Yeah, up the launch racing indeed. David will be pleased now you've said that. Yeah, so what we'll do in this one, Mazda, is if you just give us a rundown, if we go through the drivers when they come out on track and we see what cars are in, to give the viewers a rundown of what car they are in. So just let you know, the BMW is able to be around, as is the Opel Astra, or Vauxhall Astra as we know it, the Mercedes-Benz. The Renault Megane is banned. It's apparently too overpowered. Me personally, I don't think it is. If that's overpowered, then the BMW is overpowered in my eyes. But hey ho, as is, we don't make the rules, we just follow them. The rules are there to be followed. It's just simply, I think it's a bit silly, to be honest. I don't know your thoughts on them again.
I've never driven it, so I can't really say. I've only driven the Astra and the BMW. I've done a little bit of Mercedes, but Astra always gets my vote.
So just for the viewers at home,
yes,
there's the Mercedes. front wheel drive, 166 mile an hour top speed, 0 to 100 in 4.4, 330 horsepower, weighs 2,777 pounds. Right? You go down one. The Renault Megane is exactly the same statistics. 6-speed sequential, straight 4 on the engine type, corner difficulty 2, cornering speed 2, exactly the same on the Megane. Right? The Astra is a second slower, 0 to 100 quicker than the Astra and the Megane, but it's heavier and a second slower. The BMW is lighter than the Megane, 0 to 100 is better, and its top speed is the same speed. So I don't see where the Megane is any beneficial to this. I don't see where the Megane has the upper hand.
I'm on board with you, mate. I think the Megane shouldn't be banned then. If it's on par.
Its stats are identical to the Mercedes.
But then again, I can't say it because I've never driven it, so I don't know what it's like. So.
If for me though, if its stats are on par, it should. Why isn't the Mercedes banned? Why isn't the BMW banned for being too quick in a straight line compared to Mercedes and the Astra? It's an argument that will go on and on and on. I think throughout time. While over this league,
it definitely will.
While over this league, it's just simply not good enough.
You said it again. I love it. Yeah, I know what you mean. Why not? Maybe you should let everybody drive them again, if that's what people want to drive.
The Don in chat says ban the BMW, like I said from the start, and have all front-wheel drive cars. I disagree with banning the BMW and having all front-wheel drive cars. But according to DMLS, the Megane has better suspension. I feel on default, it's more predictable. I just think if you're going to set up a league, all cars have to be available. If every driver picks the one car, so what?
Call it that car. You can call it that league, don't you?
There is a Megane category on this game, and I get that the league owner of this league wants to set up a touring car league. I get that, but if everybody's going to pick the Megane, why not do the Megane Cup at the end?
That's a fair point. I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know, we're trying to copy the touring cars in this league, but yet we wanted to extend the calendar. There's not the tracks there to extend the calendar, so we've gone to Long Beach, Sugo. Silverstone Classic I didn't mind because it was like Thruxton. So I didn't mind that.
That's definitely like Thruxton, isn't it?
But we've gone to Long Beach and Sugo. Japanese and American. I mean, I don't mind travelling to these circuits, but, you know, let's be realistic here. The guys in Group A, I think it's Sutty, Jack, yourself, Neil, NJ and Little each, do not stand a chance in their Astras and Meganes and Mercedes because of how powerful the BMW is.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough debating, enough about that. Let's go down to the Touring Car Championship. Let's take you through it quickly. It's led by Don Productions, the Ariel, the Mermaid. Followed by Holty, 4 points behind. Kieran Argent, 7 points off of him. Greeny and Peaceful Explosion, 17 points further back. Deeks is 40 points back with Dean Wasocki tied with him. Rebby 46 points behind with Alfie 47. Swinfin sits 10th, he's 76 points behind. Smithy 79 behind. Big Boy Brazier not here, 80 points behind. Little Trev 82 behind, so is TMIS. Welsh is 85 behind and BTC Reed 90. Now the points for the touring cars are 20 points for wins, there's 22 on offer, 66 points to play with. So anybody from Alfie up can win it, and Alfie's chances are a bit better than last time as he's only 47 behind. So anybody from Alfie up can win this title. We've had a bit of a debate about Megane. Let's get down to it for the BTCC Blueprints Touring Car Cup. So we see here Deeks is in the Mercedes-Benz, which means Holty is also in the Mercedes-Benz. Any driver to go through a rundown. So Deeks and Holty in the Mercedes-Benz, the green and black livery. I think Deeks runs the red and Holty runs the blue on the wings. Can't give you a run through at the moment, don't know where Mazda is. Mazda's not there at the moment, but yeah, we'll tackle up on board Deeks at the moment then, and we'll give you a rundown later on in the qualifying session. But here on board with Deeks then for the final time tonight in qualifying. can't remember who that is in front, but that's either Kieran or Peaceful just in behind. I think, is that Don?
Sorry
Just
about that.
no, you're
Quick
fine.
nipped at the toilet.
You're fine. So let's give a run down through the car. So Deeks in the green and black
Right.
Mercedes with the red wings.
We'll go from Don.
So Don in the Maximum Motorsport Astra. Welshie in the BMWs, which means Smithy will be in the BMW, I believe. But he, I think, runs the yellow bits, not the red bits. No, he's running the red as well. Okay. Alfie in the Astra. Swinfin's also in the same Astra. Could have ran the blue and grey, but I think runs the orange and grey. There's Holty in the Mercedes. Like I said, same colour as Deeks, just the blue wing mirrors. That's how you identify them too. There's TMLS in the Astra, the white with yellow, black and grey on it. So he's teammates with Greeny. There is Swinfin's, Alfie's teammate. In the orange version. He could have had the blue, but they both went with the orange and grey. Rebby, Don's teammate, but like me and Mazda, got put together halfway through a season. Rebby kept the BMW and the Don kept the Astra. There is Deeks in the green and white. Peaceful Explosion in the black and red with the yellow on his Astra. Kieran running the same livery, I think, with green now, or red, I do believe, instead of the yellow wings. There's Dean Wasocki in the blue and yellow, back in the Stags, Mansfield Town, the mighty Stags, in his blue and yellow Astra. There is Green in his white, yellow, grey and black Astra, same as TMLS. There is Kieran in green, not red or blue, it's green on his little wings. And I believe that is everybody. Is that everybody?
Yes, that is everybody, mate.
That's everybody. So Kieran's the second man to do a lap. Deeks will be the first one to cross the line. So let's stay with Kieran here. What lap time is he going to put in? Don leads the championship 4 points from Holty, so keep an eye on them two. Deeks must have had a slowdown as Kieran will now be the first one to cross the line. Here is Kieran. Heavy on the brakes, round the last corner. Flat out now. We'll stay on board Kieran with a lap of him. Misses next week, and how many titles could he have won if he didn't miss next week? Crosses the line to do a 1:58.1. That's a good banker lap, that. Deeks 3 seconds behind. Obviously, he must have had a slowdown. And he runs wide at turn 1, so there goes that lap for him. In fact, he's going to stay well wide on the grass to let everybody come past. That's well done of Kieran there, Mazda.
Yeah, it is, mate. Nicely done, but Peaceful's got pole. Well, first place at the minute.
Yeah, provisional pole, 6/10 quicker than his teammate. And for Peaceful Explosion, he's only 17 points off of Don Productions' lead. Where is Don? He's only P7 at the moment. That's Deeks in P5. Dean Wasoki's yet to set a time. Here is Don.
Yeah, but he's got a lap time invalid.
Well, that's unfortunate for him. So we'll just wait on Smithy, TMLS, Swinfins, Dean and Greeny. Holty's gone up into seconds, 2 tenths behind Peaceful, split in the Tin Top Tourers. Here we go then. Watch out for the BMWs of Smithy, Welshie and Rebby. Rebby currently sits P4, 2.5 off the two Astras and the Mercedes. That, I do believe, is Kieran just in front of Don Productions here, who's... Oh, Don would have squeezed his bum cheeks together there, keep that poo inside as Kieran nearly span in front of him. Here comes Don. Look at these shots from Mazda. Brilliant camera work from him tonight. 6 seconds up is Don. So must have had a bad first lap then, Mazda, if he's 6 seconds up.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a slowdown penalty, so it may be 6 seconds down come the end of this, unless he doesn't get one. We'll see, but Kieran's going to be right behind him and he's going to be flat out. Does Don get a lap invalid?
No, he don't.
No, so he's possibly got away with that, or will he get one coming towards the end of this last corner? Let's see.
Kieran's got a lap invalid.
Oh, that could be Kieran for the next lap as well. That's not what he wants. Don obviously not got a lap invalid. Where's he going to go? He's still currently 10th. And all the way up to P4, only half a second off a Peaceful Explosion at the moment. So good luck. The only person who's not set a lap time is Dean Wasocki. Peaceful has just gone quicker, and Greeny's gone third. Rebby now up into second place in the BMW. So cracking lap from him.
Alfie's got a lap time invalid.
Alfie running P11, unfortunately for him. Dean Wasocki, where's he on track? He's not set a time.
We'll go down to him.
Here he comes now, behind either Welshie or Smithy there.
Oh, they're sat behind that BMW for a tow.
Still no lap time, so must have been another lap invalid. So Dean, 2 minutes 57 seconds left, has got to get a wiggle on and got to get a lap time set here, Mazda, because he will not want to start at the back of the grid, especially considering he's only 40 points off the title and is still mathematically possible to win this.
That might be a slowdown.
Yeah, possibly there. Potentially a lap invalid there.
Sideways. Nicely hold though.
So just over a second separates the top 6. Oh, what's happened to Dean? Slow down?
I don't know.
He may only get one flying lap here. And he's got to make it a good one. Because otherwise, Dean's going to not set a time. That's Welshie or Smithy, one of the other BMWs round. Welshie currently sits 10th, Smithy 8th, Rebby 2nd in the BMWs.
Deek's got a time lap invalid.
Plenty of time for everybody to get back round to another lap though, if you're already on one. If you was Dean here, you'd be backing off to let these guys through, wouldn't you? Deeks is in the pits, so that's Deeks done. 7th will be the highest Deeks can start. Yeah, if you were Dean, you'd be letting these cars behind you through so that they don't mess you up and try and get your lap time invalid here, wouldn't you? He hasn't. He's going to continue on his merry way. The thing about this last corner is it's that slow. You can afford to. You don't need to go flat out around here when you're on a non-lap time, because the last corner is that slow on exit. You can pretty much take it anyway. 50 mile an hour. Look, Dean comes out of it at 74, and he's on the power now. So he's got to set a lap time. In fact, he has set a lap time. That's put him 11th, quicker than Alfie and Swimfins, but he's only got one chance to get a proper lap in. 8.1 off the lead. Welsh is in the pits. Deeks is in the pits. Greeny and Don in the pits. Championship leader will not score the extra point here, so will not go and increase his gap to 5, but could have it cut by Peaceful. Peaceful can cut the gap to 16 points with 66 still to play for. Can we try and find the car who's coming around the bomb hole at the minute?
I cannot find him.
Well, that's Kieran.
Not Don, is it Holty?
No.
No.
Rebby?
Smithy. Rebby, we'll have a look at Rebby.
No.
No. Who the hell
TMLS?
me? We'll have a look. No. There we
Swimfins.
go.
Swimfins will be the first to cross the line. Does he improve any? No. Kieran was the car behind him. Does Kieran improve from 6th place then? No, he does not. I don't know if you want to go to the car behind. I can't remember who it was.
We'll find out. We'll find out here.
Well, it's not TMLS. TMLS will be the last one. Smithy then the second to last one.
Holty.
It's not Holty. It's Peaceful.
Rebby. Peaceful.
It was Rebby, but Rebby's pitted.
Yeah.
So Peaceful is going to take provisional pole. Does he improve any?
Yes.
He does, just slightly. Now where's Holty? He was coming down the start straight as well. Here he is. Can he take pole away? Oh no, just 4 tenths on the front row of the grid. Where's Dean? Where's Wasaki? He was coming up. Well, he's crossed the line and he's gone 9th. Alfie went 7th. Dean Wasaki went 9th. So not the best time from Dean. So it was Smithy in front of TMLS. Smithy there. Can't improve on 9th, and TMLS will find out. But it's Peaceful Explosion who takes pole position here from Holty. Rebby 3rd in the BMW, the fastest of the BMWs. Followed by Greeny, Don Productions Championship leader 5th, Kieran 6th, Alfie 7th, Deeks 8th, TMLS in 9th, Smithy 10th, knocks Dean Wasaki down to 11th. So the fact that he couldn't get any good lap times in Mazda has proved to be costly. Welshie in 12th and Swimfins brings up the rear. The fact that Dean Wasaki couldn't get a good lap time in Mazda because he kept having him invalid proves to have hurt him, doesn't it there?
It certainly does.
But for the final time tonight, the Revs rise. We're green, and Peaceful got a fantastic launch off the line there. That almost looked like a jump start, if you ask me.
It did, didn't it?
It almost looked like a jump start. He has nailed it. That's Smithy off, all Welshie in the background. Not quite sure who that is. Looks like Smithy to me, but Peaceful has gone. Rebby and Holty battling it out. That's Don just behind. He's not going to want to be taken off here. He's already passed Greeny off the line. Holty looks up the inside of Rebby. Can they force him wide? No, he's tucked in. So Rebby loses a place.
Never. That is one of the most cleanest corners I've ever seen these guys do.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And the Don, Rebby's actually back past Don Productions there. So Don back down into 4th and Rebby 3rd. Championship leader. Going to lose points here for the Don at the moment. He's only going to score 13 points compared to Peaceful's 20. So that will really help Peaceful Explosion. But there's 40 minutes left, and that's Don and Rebby off in the background. Not quite sure what's happened there. But Dean Wasaki's got past, so has Deeks. Oh no, Deeks got past. Dean Wasaki's coming now. Don tapped TMLS there, I do believe. But Dean's past Rebby. Deeks is now past Don and goes deep into the corner. And Don looks up the inside and a bit of a touch with Deeks. And Don gets through. So Don's through. Rebby's tapped TMLS, and TMLS is sideways. And Dean Wasaki will say thank you as well. Cheers, Rebby, mate. I'll take 8th place from TMLS. At the back, Swimfins and Smithy having a bit of a battle, but it's Don Productions championship leader whose race has gone up and down already. He's 5th, which is where he qualified. A man who's benefited from this so far is Kieran Argent as Deeks goes wide onto the grass. Rebby holds it together. Dean Wasaki off in the background. Dean has actually though passed, it's Deeks who's passed Rebby. Dean's dropped down to 11th place. And TMS has just passed Welshie, so the BMW not going great guns at the minute. And this is what we spoke about before the race, Master, that the Group B boys are keeping them BMWs behind them. The battle, the gap out front. Peaceful from Holty 1.4. Kieran in 3rd. Just in front of Greeny there, you see at the front of your screen. With Don chasing. This the battle for the final podium spot at the moment with 12.5 minutes to go. Deeks has a time penalty behind Don. Kieran's gone defensive early in case of a lunge from Greeny. There isn't going to be one there, although he has gone deep, and Greeny slightly goes deep. And this could be 3 abreast on the exit, and Greeny's put Don on the grass there. That might have been a bit naughty. We didn't quite see what happened there. Either way, we're all back on. We're all still racing. Deeks has stayed in front of Rebby, but does have a time penalty. These 3 cracking driving here on board with Don Productions. Does he look to send one up the inside, or is he going to play it safe? Kieran's gone deep again. Greeny's going to get up the inside of Kieran. Kieran tries to cut him up. Don's got a time penalty, but you can't afford to lose time in these races. He's got to keep it going. Kieran's wide again. He's slightly over the curb, and Don's going to look up the 2 of him. No, thinks better of it. Is he going to try and send it to the inside now? He does. Great move, but couldn't get the run as he clipped the sausage curb there. Kieran really holding Greeny up, and Greeny's wide, and Don will take that, and looks like he's got a better run than Kieran as well. In fact, Kieran, I think, has a slowdown. Kieran must have had a slowdown there, Mazda, as he's lost 2 places. Holty's picked up himself a time penalty. Kieran's lost out to Rebby and Deeks as well, so he's back down in 6th place. Dean Wasaki sitting in 12th. So what has happened to him, I'm not sure. Greeny 3rd. Greeny's past Don. So Greeny has got back past Don here. And look at this battle. Deeks and Rebby are now on the back of this. Peaceful and Holty will be loving this. Rebby's got the straight. Can he get in that slipstream? Bit of lag from Rebby there, we see. On board with him now. Keep it off the grass. Get that run out. You'll have the slipstream. You'll have the better straight line speed in the BMW. Come on, Rebby. You see Don and Greeny side by side. Don's pulled out, it looks like, in front of Rebby here. That BMW doesn't seem to be gaining on these guys, does it? Oh, he's slightly wide, but the lag brings him back in a bit. Now the BMW not catching as much as you'd have thought, would you?
No.
And Don has repassed Greeny, it looks like there.
Go on.
Oh, couldn't get it done. Couldn't get the move done. What a fantastic battle. This still all for a final podium place. And there's the lag of Holty. Of Rebby, sorry, just in and out on the track. Does he think of sending one here on Deeks? Yes, he sends one up the inside of Deeks and gets it stopped, but Deeks thinks of the cut back in the mirror. Oh, and does it? But he runs a bit wide in doing so. And that may be another slowdown for Deeks. Good little comeback though, Mazda.
They were, weren't they? Knew. All I say, unless you can get the car slowed down enough, that undercut will always be the good idea.
Indeed, the front two have gone from these. Peaceful's got a good gap to Holty, and Holty's got a time penalty. We saw though Peaceful had a lead in the Porsches and blew it. Simply great racing here. Absolutely fantastic from these guys in Group B in the THR League. There's Don and Greeny battling it out still. Kieran's now on the back of Rebby. In fact, did Kieran touch Rebby? Rebby wide. May have been just the slightest of taps. But they both ended up off.
It looks like Peaceful's now got a penalty.
Yeah, Peaceful's picked himself up a time penalty. We always see the most time penalties in this final race of the night. It's all gloves off here. Dean still down in 12th place. Cannot... He's had a good night up at bar the first race in this race. He's had a good fit night as Dean, and he's struggling here. Alfie though gaining to the back of Kieran. Alfie's had an up and down night as well. Can Alfie gain on Kieran Argent? Don Productions and Greeny third and fourth. That's the battle at the moment. Half a second there is Dean Wasocki. Doesn't look like he's got much damage on that car, and in fact looks like he's gaining on the back of Welsh. So Dean must just be having a poor night, because that car looks pretty much intact, Master.
It does. It sure does, pal. 15 seconds faster than his last lap, so yeah.
Definitely indeed.
He's in the 2 minutes.
Yeah, the lead is doing 150. So look at Holty's last lap compared to Peaceful's, 3 seconds quicker.
Wow. Who do we have?
Dean Wasocki looking a bit racy there.
Oh.
As we're back to Alfie.
Alfie.
Gaining on Kieran. He's actually 2 seconds quicker than Kieran on the last lap, but just clips the grass a bit there. That's not going to help him at all.
Dean's into the barrier at the background.
Good spot. Good spot. Dean just keeps messing up in this race tonight. Every time he seems to get close to someone, he ends up messing up himself. But back to the battle. Here is Rebby gaining on Deeks down this Bentley straight. But again, they're coming up to the chicane and he's too far behind to make a move. There's Don and Greeny. There's Kieran and Alfie. Battles wherever you look here. The leaders. That's probably the only pair that you'd want to have a battle for the lead. And it just isn't there.
It's not, is it?
Don has been overtaken by Greeny. The important thing for Greeny here, Master, with Don and Deeks on penalties, is to not get himself a penalty. He gets himself a time. He can finish behind Don and still inherit third place. Don's going to have a look at him here though. Greeny hasn't got a time penalty at the moment. What's Don going to do? He's in fact passed him before the first corner. So he must have had a right drive out the last left-hander. Because Don has passed him and has gone a bit. In fact, look at the gap. It's already 3/10. Does Greeny send it into the hairpin? No, he thinks better this time around. Deeks has ran a bit deep, and if Rebby can keep it tight, maybe get the power down a bit early, can get the run, but no. Alfie has passed Kieran Argent, it says on my timing screen.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, indeed he has, and has a second gap to Kieran already. So has Kieran had a problem? Because last time we saw these two, Alfie looked a bit too far back.
He did, didn't he? Tell you what, wherever you want to look, there's racing.
Racing all over, and this is what we
I
like.
know to go on to.
Simply fantastic motorsport here. And Rebby
Oh,
all over
stop
the
it.
back of Deeks. This BMW is trying to power its way through, trying, but it can't get a move done here. It can't make a move anywhere. If he's close enough on the Bentley straight, he should have the run in this BMW with the power of the rear-wheel drive car. Here we go. This is where we'll find out. Don is still ahead of Greeny. Here goes Rebby in that slipstream with that BMW power. Deeks pulls right a bit, ready to set himself up. He's just too far back. You'd have thought the BMW would have tried to get side by side there, but can't do it. Deeks takes too much of the curb, and is this Rebby's opportunity? He's going to have a look up the inside. Is that job done? No, he can't. Deeks has kept it round the outside. That's a cracking move. And look at this here. Great racing. Greeny, what did I say Greeny can't do? In fact, we've lost Peaceful. Where's Peaceful gone? We've lost Peaceful Explosion.
Oh no.
We've lost Peaceful Explosion. He's retired to the... He's in the pit lane. He's retired to the pits. The leader has retired to the pits. What has happened there? Halty leads in this race. Peaceful took pole. Needed all the points he could get. Just to clarify, Peaceful Explosion did get a drive-through penalty, Mazda. He's gone in to serve the drive-through penalty and it's disqualified him for speeding in the pit lane.
Right, okay.
So we thought he jumped the start, and he has jumped the start. And now Halty leads here. Don is in second place. The one thing Greeny didn't want to do was get a time penalty. He's got a time penalty. They've lapped Is that Swimfins they've lapped, or is that Alfie racing with them?
Alfie's
No,
caught up.
that's Alfie caught up to the back of Rebby. Deeks managed to keep it behind Rebby, ahead of Rebby through the back part of the track. Rebby, a bit of lag all over the place. Halty has inherited a 7-second lead here. It is Swimfins, so they are lapping.
And Alfie sent one up on the inside of Rebby. What a move.
Yeah, and he's past Rebby there, and Swimfin stays out of Deeks' way and Alfie's way. I think that was the lag more than anything.
Yeah.
I don't think that was anything there other than a bit of lag from Rebby, but Alfie up into 5th place, so a strong showing. Last time we saw Alfie and Swimfins come together like that, it was Brands Indy and it was catastrophic. But since then we've all learned, we've all got better for it. But Alfie on a real charge here, Mazda. Rebby's gone straight on.
Yeah, Alfie's just... He's finding his rhythm, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the zone and could look at a podium.
He carries on. 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left and Greeny and Don just in front.
I'll be getting them lights flashing, putting him off.
Doesn't need to because he's already side by side as Deeks ran wide at the exit to the final corner.
Thank you. Job done. See you a bit
And
late.
that is job done. The lights are on and Alfie's gone here. Lap time this time round for Alfie. In fact, whoa, where's Don gone? We've lost Don.
Yeah, we have.
Alfie's on the podium. Don's gone. Championship leader. What has happened there? Rebby's past Deeks. It's took Rebby all that time. He's seen Alfie do it dead quick. And Rebby's done it, but Rebby's ran deep. Deeks is going to look back at him. They touch and Rebby has to take to the grass. We've lost Peaceful. We've lost Don. Championship leader out the race. Unbelievable. Rebby 5th. Kieran Argent 6th. What has happened to Ariel there? Ariel got disqualified. I'd love to know why he's got disqualified.
Did he jump the start?
Was that, yeah, was it? Did Ariel have a drive-through penalty as well? Doesn't alert us when we have a drive-through penalty. Well then, Alfie now, Mazda, on the podium. Just as I was speaking about a podium possibility for Alfie, he's on it. And could look at a second if he can catch Greeny. He's only got 3 seconds. Where's Halty? Halty's coming round the bomb hole. So we will get another lap in with 1 minute 35 left. I can't believe the leader and then third place. What was second at the time, both disqualified. What? Honestly, let's go. Dean 9th place after all of this. Smithy's in 8th. Walsh's 10th. Swimfin's 11th. TMLS 7th. Trying to gain on Kieran Argent. Oh, look at the run Rebby's got out the last corner. Look at the run. Now we're seeing the BMW power and boom, says Rebby. It's took me all race. It's took me 15 minutes, but I'm finally in front of you. Now all you've got to do is keep it there. It's alright passing, yes. You've got to keep the car in front. Try and get as close to Alfie and Greeny as possible. You may...
because he has not got a penalty.
No, exactly. He may inherit a podium.
That would not be good.
Rebby's been stuck behind Deeks all race and has now finally got past him. Absolutely fantastic. Ariel entered the pit lane at about 60-70 miles per hour. Thought he'd slowed down enough. No wonder he got disqualified. Speeding in the pit lane. Terrible this. I don't know what Gary's been teaching you, Ariel, but I won't listen to Gary anymore.
No, because the pit limit is speed
47,
is
isn't
37.
it?
No, 37.
37, there we go then.
Deeks was on 2 wheels then.
He was, and Alfie's made a mistake and Rebby's got through. Can he use that BMW power to gain 3 seconds on Greeny? We don't know what Greeny's penalty is. It might be 5 seconds, in which case Rebby will inherit second place. But Holty looks like he's going to cross the line to take his win. Another win. We'll get him in for a chat. It looks like it's going to be Holty then, who's really inherited this win. He was way behind Peaceful, and Peaceful should have won. But Holty crosses the line first. Well done to you.
Good drive.
A good win for him. It's going to be Greeny, who's got a second place from out of nowhere. Fantastic race for Greeny then.
Sorry about that, but we're going to a race down back.
We have. Alfie looks like he could cross the line. It's not going to matter as Rebby's not got a time penalty. So Rebby's going to take third regardless. In fact, Rebby does him on the line. Alfie will get fourth. So a cracking race from Alfie, to be fair, Mazda. Brilliant race from him.
Drove. Yeah, I'm pulled out wrong.
Deeks gets fifth. Kieran Argent gets sixth. With TMLS seventh. And it's going to be Smithy, who's had a quiet race in this one, who's going to come home and get eighth.
He's had a quiet race, but his car don't look like it.
No, his car definitely doesn't look like it. But, yeah. An eighth for Smithy. Dean Wasocki has actually managed to pass Welshie. So Dean comes home in ninth. Welshie will get to 10th. And Swinfin's 11th place. Where is Swinfin's? He's just there in the background.
Tell you what, he's not that far off. Welshie's a lap down.
He's a lap down. He's a lap down. So for Holty, who gets the fastest lap there? 56.3 for Greeny, 57.7 for Alfie. I think Alfie's going to take fastest lap in that one, Mazda. 56.9 for Peaceful, but with him being DQ'd, I don't think that's allowed, is it? So
No,
I'm going to give fastest lap. No.
Holty.
Oh yeah, 56.8 from Holty. Sorry, apologies. So Holty does take the fastest lap of the race. So well done to him. So quickly look at the gap in the touring car race. The Don does no longer lead it after a bizarre incident. Must have had a drive-through, same as Peaceful. We said Peaceful jumped the start. Holty now leads it, 14 points clear of Kieran, who misses next week.
Wow.
Greeny and Don 17 points. Peaceful's on 33. Deeks 46. So Deeks cannot win it now. Rebby 48, he can't win it. Dean's on 50 points behind, and Alfie's 51 points behind, who cannot win the title now. And H&D Motorsport take the constructors' lead by 1 point in that one. Let's get Holty in for a chat. Invited several drivers in for a quick chat here.
Fair enough, pal.
Well done, Group B lads. Good race and great coverage as always. Cheers, Gary. Thanks for your kind words. Simply the best. Do, 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 do. Evening, mate.
Evening.
Evening.
Well, evening, Dean. We'll get to Kieran first. Kieran, your teammate not finishing in that one with a drive-through penalty. That must have been crazy.
Oh, I didn't know if I was too far back to fear, but I'm gutted for him. If he leading the race at the time, you know, it would have probably taken the lead in the championship.
Yeah,
so tight.
It would have. What you're going to find out though is 14 points behind. You'll be kicking yourself that you're missing next week. Surely you could be in for like 4 titles.
Yeah, I've been fan on the stream to the guys most of the night. I'm guaranteed probably to finish second in every one, but you know, at least I'm consistent.
Definitely. Good night for yourself overall.
Yeah, touring car really never a great race. Got a 3-second penalty for don't know what, but it didn't affect the result, which is the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well done on tonight, and you'll be missed next week, but we'll see you at Brands.
Thanks very much, mate.
Dean, You were second into the party. You've had a consistent night tonight, just a poor result in the GT5s and not the best touring car race.
Oh, I knew a comment on touring cars. I'll tell you later.
Solid race though tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Just not happy with that race at all.
I'm guessing you go into the stewards about that one.
100%.
Okay,
In
mate.
qualifying and in race.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. You must be happy with your 2 podiums tonight, one in the GT4s and one in the rookies.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Obviously, Peaceful nicked you at the GT4s because you ran onto the grass, but good results all around for you tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I've enjoyed it tonight.
Yeah, well done, mate, and best luck next week.
Thank you.
Look, mate.
Peaceful, talk us through that last race.
Oh, devoed. I thought I'd time the start right, and then next minute I get the pit board on the side. I was like, no. So my aim was literally get as big a gap as I could. Halty kept me honest. I could never pull more than two seconds, and the next minute it was back down to a second. So he kept me honest. I was never going to win it off that, but I was just trying to do so much damage limitation. Then I thought, you hit the pits and it auto slows you down. Clearly not the case when you enter it at full speed.
No, definitely. Something maybe we'll have to look into for the future, especially in future races maybe.
Yeah, at least I think awareness might be a thing. I've even got a pit limiter button, but I never even thought to it. I thought it's all default. I'll hit the pits, it'll slow me down and crack on, and I'll finish mid-table maybe, but yeah, devastated.
Don obviously copying you and doing the same thing, so two retirements. You're now 33 points behind in the touring cars with 44 to play with, so it's all but over kind of for yourself. Shame?
Yeah, I had if I got a win tonight without the jump start, if I managed to do it, then yeah, I had a really good shout. 'Cause I'm pretty strong in the touring cars, but yeah, Devo, like I say, at least Don attempted to slow down.
You are slinging it in the Porsches with only a 19-point gap between yourself and Greeny, so you've still got that one to play for, I suppose. But no, best luck. Well done tonight, mate, and best luck moving forward into the next 2 races.
Cheers for the commentary, guys.
Yeah, no problem,
Cheers,
mate.
Bob.
Well, that's it from us, lads, at the THR Racing League. It's simply been a pleasure to have you here, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the Group A lads and Gary taking it on round Snetterton 300 live at 8 o'clock. I do believe Dean Wasocki will be part of your commentary team for that one, and we'll be back next week. Whether I'll be with Mazda or someone else again, I don't know, but you enjoyed it, Mazda?
Yes, mate, I have. I think if I can, I might do next week with you again.
Brilliant. Happy to have you. Thank you all. Take care and good night.
Yep, cheers.